Well, half on.
Okay.
You can't see it
Put
anyway.
your hands on now. Put your hands up and we're live. We're live. Hi. Everyone has their pants on. Hello. Everyone has their pants on. Welcome to the Psycho Level live stream. It is, what is that? Are they your bloomers? Very nice.
Hello.
It's Thursday. Welcome everybody into the start of the weekend, technically more or less. And we have
a short week.
Every day is a weekend to me, Greg.
Lucky man.
Exactly. We have Mr. Solo, a brick builder. Hey, Darren. Woo! And Darren, you are probably building Kobe today, are you?
I am indeed. Oh my God, you caught me off balance. Yeah. I'm building this bloody great big thing. I'm building the shark.
Oh, that's awesome. Gee, good thing you have your pants on. And Greg, how's it going? Doing you well?
I'm very good. Literally, since I've seen you, Si, I've got up, I've gone to work, I've come home, and here I am. Me and my microfibers. How are you lovely people doing out there anyway?
Microfiber.
Well.
Microfiber, baby.
Yeah.
Chris, how are you doing, Mr. Bricklet?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much.
Oh my God, what is Greg up to? You clean? Oh no! There's all those stringy bits hanging down and everything.
Right. That's my spaghetti that I just had.
Oh,
lovely.
What are you building? Oh, you're building the
blacksmith.
The blacksmith, yeah.
I just broke it, but yeah.
Oh, no.
I honestly, that's one of the sets of the year. It's brilliant. Looks lovely.
I thought we built half of it the other night, and I thought, I might as well finish it off, or it's going to get lost. It's been actually sitting on the floor down there for a couple of days. So
Greg has his little car.
I have. I'm so proud. I actually built this last night after all the heckles we were getting from Mr. Solo Brick Builder.
You know what, Greg? I was so proud when you actually had that and went, I'm finished.
I've actually done it. 3 builds. And I tell you what, honestly, folks, for £12.50, if Tesco's come out with this again for £12.50, get it. It's loads of good parts on it. Really, really good. Like really cool elements, like pieces like that. Very cool, very useful. Well, useful for something anyway. But no, it's a really good set. I was pleasantly surprised because I thought it was a bit, maybe it's going to be a bit boring, a bit mundane for £12.50. What can you get these days for £12.50, eh?
Not a lot when it comes to Lego, not a lot.
Probably a whole theme from Kobe or something like that. But otherwise, what can you get?
Exactly. The reason I didn't really look at that set was mainly due to the fact that it's a big it's a big vehicle for a city. But for £12.50, you can't go wrong, right?
No, exactly.
Say
hello to
say hello to everyone.
Omega Man is here, which I've worked out. It's actually Omega Man. We always call him OM3G4, but it's Omega Man. Yeah. Legomasters, how's it going? We've got delicious foods. Good to see you. But Lego Madness. I think I call them Lego Masters. I've got that on the brain.
Sorry, stream again.
We've got Lego Masters on the brain.
Yeah. Take 2. That's all he does these days, folks. If you're not a Lego master, he ain't interested.
You're a nobody.
Hi, Mark. How's it going? Or as Greg likes to call you, Monarch. We've got Breda in the house. Will Harper, Lester. I got you in a poly bag again. Lester Army. Woohoo! Mama Lego. We have FLX Flex. We've got Crankybricks.
Hello.
Checked the Crankybricks loads last night on Jang's live stream. Very interesting, and I had a lot of reading and homework to do. I didn't know I'd be getting assignments, but I'll talk about that later. Guava King is here. Midi Bricks, hey Midi Bricks. We have Tech Productions who's joining us later on. I think he's just home from work, so he told us to wait until he comes here to talk about Lego Masters, which we will do for you. We also have Brett. Train Man, Brett builds. We've Rafi, we've Lauren, brightest with bricks, and we've Brick Stage Pass as well, and Brick with Justin. I think Justin adjusts his name to whatever I call him the week before because I always get it wrong. So, but I got it right today. Oh, Gary's here as well. Hello from Limerick, says Gary, and so that is fantastic. And I think I said hello to Simon already. So yeah, awesome. And now my mouth is dry. Nah. Oh, that's a hint for a drink, Lorraine, please. Thanks very much. Oh, and London Bridge Bricks says hello, everyone. Hey, everyone.
Oh, he's here, is he? Oh, he's there.
That's it. With my new mic.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Mike. Say hello, Mike. Hello, Mike. It's Mike from the Call Factor.
Yeah, that's his body double.
So, what do we know then? What have we learned in 24 hours? What's changed in the universe of Lego in 24 hours, Si?
To be honest, I was quite sleepy today and I kept away from YouTube for a good while. I watched The Big Bang Theory instead. And but a lot of people have been talking about obviously the new R2D2 and talking about R2D2 and there was something else that we knew about, but people were saying it's like new information. I suppose it's
Marvel sets, the Marvel ones.
Luigi.
I lost.
Oh yeah, Luigi this week. That's quite big. That's quite big. Thank you, Lorraine.
Thank you, Lorraine.
Yeah.
Luigi, that's exactly who we should be talking about.
The best leak ever. The best leak ever. The best leak because the programmers or whatever they want to call themselves, software engineers at Lego did an update. And what did they do? Luigi leaked it himself. What can I say? It's the best leak going.
Yeah.
Secret.
Does anyone really care though?
You're the big Mario fan.
I know. I'm kind of done with it, to be honest. I'm like,
No, Chris, don't.
Yeah, until release day, and then he'll be running around Manchester trying to find some.
Yeah, I just think I don't know. It's just like, oh, we've got another 2 biomes, and it's another thing that looks just like Mario, but
he does look quite like Mario, doesn't he?
Yeah, it just doesn't look like Luigi.
Isn't Luigi taller and slimmer? They're like distinctly
a lot taller and slimmer. Yeah.
Yeah, they've used the same mold and everything, haven't they?
Well, he is slightly bigger. He's better than I thought he was. He is slightly bigger, which I think they should have done in the advert. They should have like shown it so that they were like next to each other, because they didn't show like his sizing next to Mario. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to bother with I'm not going to get it day one. I don't think. I'll wait.
You've changed, Chris. You've changed.
Yeah. I want Zelda now, and I want minifigure scale Mario stuff now.
Yeah, that's what I want. I tell you, that's quite exciting, folks, isn't it? The Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes. They've already been done in America. Everyone's got them, haven't they?
Yeah, that's true. You're not getting them in this country now, folks. Everyone's got them in America. It's not worth reviewing them.
No. Not worth getting them. They're rubbish anyway.
Yeah, I'm not. I like
He's changed. He's changed. He's not even into minifigures now, folks.
Nah, what minifigures are rubbish.
He's now varnished his thing now.
Yeah. No, I am excited for the Looney Tunes. I think they're going to be awesome. I love Looney Tunes.
Well, okay, we all love Looney Tunes. Loonies, that's hells, that's for sure. What's your favourite figure out of it, Chris?
Oh, if I could only have one of them, I think it would be the Tasmanian Devil, because Taz is awesome.
Yeah,
Bugs is probably the most iconic in my opinion, and I do like Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner as well, because I used to love that cartoon as a kid.
Yeah,
I can kind of leave the others, to be honest.
I like Martian. I think he's quite good.
Yeah, I never really watched Marvin the Martian at all, but he's a very iconic character. So.
He used to turn up in Daffy Duck. I don't know if he had his own. I don't know if he had his own cartoon though.
Was he in Animaniacs? I think he was in Animaniacs as well.
He was quite a random character, wasn't he? He was a bit of a filler, but he kind of looks good with his kind of the Roman kind of helmet and the black head. And
the Lego ray gun works perfectly with him as well.
Yeah,
that piece looks like it was made for that character. So
is he a DC character? Is he coming as called something like Killer Moth or something like that? He's one of my favorite DC characters from Lego anyway. I've got no idea what he's about in general, but Killer Moth uses the same ray gun. Wouldn't it be great to have like a massive, giant 3D printed ray gun? I'd like that. That would be good.
Actually, speaking of big giant Lego sets, what do you guys think of the buildable Harry Potter and who's the other person in that?
Hermione.
Yeah, Harmony. You know how to pronounce that, Si.
No, I was politely.
Herminog.
Herminog.
Hemorrhoids.
Good old Herminog.
Call it hemorrhoids. We know what you're talking about then.
Hemorrhoid stranger.
Hemorrhoid.
But
I can't wait to get that set. Like, I think that looks amazing. It reminds me of the old alarm clocks that they used to do.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, man. I got Darth Vader around somewhere. But there are some pretty cool ones around of those, and people did used to collect them. Someone got in touch with me once and said, "Can you get one for me from London?" It was a particular set that you couldn't get anywhere else. It was Batman, I think it was. But anyway, they ended up getting it, so I didn't have to get it. So that was quite cool. But yeah, what happened? Go on, Chris.
No, I was just gonna say I'm actually one of the people that doesn't want that Harry Potter set. However, you just said the words out of my mouth. To do Darth Vader, day one.
Yeah.
Darth Vader would be amazing.
Yeah, that's quite cool. But the buildable figures, did you ever collect the buildable figures, Chris, that you could get? The Darth Vaders are that. There was 2 of those, and they're pretty good, actually. In fact, I should build one of those.
Now, I usually don't get anything out of minifig scale, to be honest.
No, there we go. If we could get him like that, that's what we want. Him like that. Yeah. Boom. There we go.
Yeah.
That scene there. Awesome. And that's Return of the Jedi, a certain person's favourite movie.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, I don't know if this is going to be what I'm thinking of doing for the double VIP points and getting the gift we purchase and Star Wars. I'm thinking of actually getting the final duel set. I might not even get the R2D2.
Have you not got any of those characters?
No, I don't think. I might have.
If you've not got any of those characters, get it because they're awesome.
I can't remember. In all honesty.
Yeah, the problem I have is that I had the Death Star that Sai had, and a lot of the figures are the same.
Oh,
so,
I have got that. Yeah, I have got that. And I've got the best bin. Have I got the best? Yes, I've got the best bin set. But I had to think about that then because someone gave me one to review, and then I gave it to charity. But my I think it was Brick Hive posted one to me. So it came with the Vader with the printed arms.
Yeah,
which is quite cool. But the set itself for £90, it is a pretty decent thing. But the only problem is, of course, it's like, where do you put that in a city? Like nowhere. But it's a nice
away quite nicely. It kind of clips it and folds up.
Because it kind of opens up. So yeah.
Okay. It kind of folds away, and it still looks good even folded away. So it's a really cool set. For me, because I'd already got the printed armed Vader, and then the Emperor was in a magazine recently as well.
Yes,
there's a lot of, and the Luke is, I think, the same as the one from the new shuttle as well. They don't really do many Return of the Jedi Lukes. So I've already got about 4 of him.
Yeah, that's another thing, isn't it? If you go to the store actually on May the 4th or around that time, you get the shuttle Tyridian.
Yeah.
That kind of excite. I've got to be honest. Is it me, or does that excite me more than the actual Tatooine set?
Tatooine set's pointless.
Yeah, I don't like those micro builds.
No, I don't. I just want a minifigure. I know that it's a real boring thing to watch.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Hello, Michelle.
Hello.
Oh, they're saying hi to you.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
So we're talking boring stuff. It's not Lego, so don't worry about it.
Oh, that's okay.
We're talking about new house stuff, wallpaper.
Just need to say hello to a few people. We'll say hello to Bama Bricks because they're here a while. Bama Bricks, and then we come back to Mr. Solo. Lorraine Fox O'Connor, hey everyone, and hey panel. Keel Jones and the woodshop teacher is saying hello to everybody. Good to see you here. It's nearly bedtime for him, I presume. Mama Lego, I think I said, hey, Nicoletta is back, and Lorraine is saying hello to everybody else. Sorry, Solo, what were we saying there?
Oh no, sorry, no, we're just talking boring stuff, not about Lego. I'm not trying to ignore everyone. We're just trying to get moving. That's all we're trying to do. Trying to find
that's exciting. It's so lovely.
Yeah, that is exciting.
Not called tiresome and a headache.
But it's good though. It's exciting. Have you got a moving date, or are you up for sale? Where are you at with it all?
Well, we're up for sale. Trouble is though, being that all our time schedules are a bit, can I say S words on here? But rubbish. Yeah, we go to find
Shocking.
out. Yeah, can we
That's a
come
good
look at
word.
houses? Sorry, shocking. That's it, shocking. Yeah, the houses are bloody sold like a couple of hours later. So we're like,
Yeah.
bugger.
It's a buyer's market, mate. It's a buyer's market at the moment.
Yeah, it really is. And yeah,
One sold within an hour.
yeah, one house went up within an hour and sold within the hour. We're like,
It's mental.
how can we keep up with that?
No, it's impossible, mate. Right time, right place. I had a house in Devon once, and I sold that in. Basically, I phoned up the estate agents. They said, "Oh, where do you live?" And I said, "Oh, this is where I live." Blah blah blah. They said, "Oh, funny enough, we've got someone who wants to buy a house in that road. Do you mind if they come round?" So straight away, I said, "Okay, well, if they purchase it, I'll give you 0.5%." And they went, "Yeah, all right." Money for old rope, folks. And then basically put the phone down. They came round and they bought it on there and then.
Wow,
That's crazy.
It's quick, and that was 2004. That was. Yeah. Houses just went like that, and we're kind of. I'm seeing that trend again now with the market doing that again. But yeah, that was in that time when I lived in Devon. Lived in Devon for 2 years, and then I came back and I moved to Essex. And that was quite good fun.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Well, the thing is, though, Devon's really nice, but it was quite a different pace of life for me. And I was like, well, I think I'll retire down here one day, maybe. But I made some good friends down there and stuff like that. I love the area, very countrified and stuff like that. My wife worked in the National Trust. Killerton House was the name of the building she worked in. They used to have a HR department there, and that was pretty cool. And the nice thing about working for the National Trust, folks, little do people know this, but you can actually take your pets with you to work and then take them for a walk on the grounds for lunch and stuff like that.
So if you had a tortoise, you could bring your tortoise with you?
Yeah, you can bring a tortoise with you. Put it in your lunchbox, Si. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a euphemism for something, but I don't get it.
Actually, we're saying that. Someone actually on this panel does a very good impression of a tortoise, don't they, Si? Come on, tortoise impression. No, make yourself bigger. Make yourself bigger.
No bigger.
Come on, we want it.
See in my ear, no.
Make it bigger. Make it bigger.
Oh my God.
I think that's for the green room, Greg. For the green room.
When Greg goes to Amsterdam, that's what he shouts. Hello, cabbage face. That's a cabbage face.
cabbage.
No, they're going to shut us down for that one.
They will, yeah.
Copper
afters.
Yeah. Nicoletta wants to know, Solo, what are you building today? Kobe or Lego?
I am building Kobe, but I have built. I think it was three Lego sets during the week because I got bored, so I just kind of went mad.
Well, what did you build? What did you buy?
I finished off the Ghost, so the Ghost is now finished.
Yay.
Yeah, that's done. I got the poor man's. I'm going to call it the poor man's one because I can't afford the Osprey, so the poor man's Osprey. That one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that doesn't look too different to the Osprey, actually.
It really isn't. It's just the blades are slightly angled. That's about it.
It's about an £800 difference in price, though, isn't it, Solo?
More than that.
Is that new or old?
Old. It's retired now, unfortunately. It comes with some cool minifigures. If I can be bothered to go back down to storage, I'll go get it out for you because I kind of built it and then took it down to storage. I can't keep anything here, so it's just like, you're right. Yeah, it's really sad.
Is it me? I can't help but not see this now. But can you make Solo's screen a little bit bigger, please? Si?
Yeah.
Is it me, right? But does this Slave One in the background there look like a giant snail head?
Oh my God, it does. It's slugger snail.
So you see us Gary from Spongebob SquarePants.
Yeah, it's a space slug.
Hypnotoad or something. That's hilarious. Now I'll be just
get a bag of salt.
I'll change that for you all. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Cranky Brick says it's a snail.
Hey, Cranky.
Oh my god!
God, Greg, you had to ruin that, didn't you?
Sorry, mate. Slave one.
I can't know what you say it now.
Slug one.
Slug one. It does, honestly. And the smaller it looks, the better. Anyway, we talk about.
No one's ever said that before.
What was I going to say? Oh, is anyone actually going to get any of the Harry Potter sets? Oh, and the other thing is, okay, we talked about Harry Potter. I just remembered something about. I made a video the other day about cars. Well, it wasn't the other day; it was a few weeks ago about the Batmobile that's coming. The kind of junior UCS one I called it. But I did say that there's a few that I'd like them to make either in the creator range or UCS. And I mentioned DeLorean. Now that's me saying something without saying anything about the or word. So anybody see that?
The possibility of a DeLorean coming out?
The possibility of it, yeah.
Your video. Yeah, because we spoke about it once, didn't we? About what cars we would like Lego to build.
Yeah.
And I think 18 van generally comes up, the DeLorean definitely, and chances are might be one coming out this year.
And Knight Rider as well. Knight Rider
definitely. I think, did someone in this panel say it? Actually, it was the white Lotus Esprit from James Bond or something.
Oh yeah. It was the Lotus. It wasn't the Esprit. It was some weird name, but it's the
submarine one. Yeah, I love that. Maybe get Roger Moore as a minifig. That would be good, isn't it? Anyone with a name Roger Moore, I take my hat off to them. I really do.
I had a friend, and his name was Gavin Moore, right? But he had a brother called Roger Moore. It's true.
And when he was married, his name got changed to Roger Less.
Speaking of marriage,
when he got divorced, his name got changed to Rogered.
Speaking of marriage, the Brickballs wants to know: is Chris joined the stream to avoid doing any last-minute wedding prep?
No. Steph's actually out at the moment. She's kind of like a mini hen do thing at my mum's in the garden. I was there. I'm already a bit plastered. So yeah, I came back for. I couldn't miss the size stream. So yeah, I popped back. And also I had the blacksmith to finish as well.
Hey, Will Harper, how's it going? And Brick Star Wars Boy, how's it going? Haven't seen you here for a while. I know you're busy and you do stuff, so I'm glad to see you here, my friend. And good to see Will as well. I don't think I've seen Will in here for a little while, but Will is awesome. Yeah. Why am I roasting?
I know it's hot up here as well. I'm getting a bit. Got the fan on.
It's free. When the sun goes down here in London at the moment, I don't know what it's like where everyone else is, but blimey, does it get cold? We had a proper full-on frost this morning.
Did you? My God.
Yeah. It was like
I woke up, went downstairs. I was already in my t-shirts. I was half tempted to go and go get some shorts on. If I was allowed.
Well, what time did you get out? Because you're off this week. I mean, you solo?
I'm back at work today. I was back today. Yeah, I've had all week off, apart from today and tomorrow. Yeah, but back today. And I woke up. I was like, bleeding heck, I don't need my jumper. I was like, I might actually put my shorts on.
Nice in the sun. Really nice in the sun. But yeah.
It's gorgeous in the sun. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling.
Gorgeous. Greg, I got sometimes people send you messages. It's okay. We'll wait for you. Do you know in some live streams, people want to actually hear that. You know, that they give out when people mute it. They're like, I want to hear them. You know,
I want to hear you crackling
away.
It's ASMR, isn't it? Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry for anyone that's wearing headphones.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. I got sent a message. You know, in Instagram, if people send you messages, for some reason, I have a lot of stuff filtered on Instagram because I get like requests to do all sorts and to come on and stuff like that. But so I got this one and it was filtered, but it was from High Tea Toys. She had reposted tomorrow's
London Calling.
story. Yeah, so that's a pretty cool guest to have on.
Yeah, she's going to be on tomorrow. I only came across her recently, actually, with who was it introduced me to? Tech Productions. He said, "Oh yeah, this is someone who's who he just recommended." He was on a stream or something like that.
She's in my members Discord, mate.
Yes, she is. And do you know what? This is the funniest thing, right? So I messaged her, right, and I said, "Oh, would you ever, I do this stream on a Friday called London Calling. If you'd ever like to come on, let me know." Right, and then she got in touch with me 2 days later because Chris recommended my stream a couple of weeks ago. I was like, "Oh, that's good." Chris has recommended me on Discord, and then she got in touch, and it's cool. No, she just seems a really nice person. She's an up and coming YouTuber, folks. She's growing, quite rapidly as well.
Yeah,
and I don't know. She just seems like a really nice person to have on. So yeah, that's who's going to be on.
She's very up on the Harry Potter as well.
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. So we can all talk about Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. I just, she's, I don't know, really. I just think she's really good. So yeah, we'll be having her on. I think who's on tomorrow? We've got about 7 people on tomorrow. It's Sai, Solo, Tech, Matt, Sarah Starbricks. Talking to Tech, here he is.
Howdy, everybody.
Hello, Tech.
How are we doing?
How are we doing, Mr. Tech Productions?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you guys all doing?
Yeah,
Good, man.
Very well, thank you.
Good.
How was work?
It was okay. It was a bit busier today, and then I went to go hang a door, and then they had ordered the wrong size.
All good times.
Got out of that one, but yeah, no, all is good. All is good. Glad to be on the stream with all you guys.
Thank you.
I heard you guys talking about High Tea Toys is going to be on London Calling tomorrow. I'm very excited. I've been watching her videos for a while, and she seems really cool, but never really interacted with her. So I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to that. That should be good fun.
Yeah, you and Chris recommended her to me as well, and I think Boofab actually mentioned her as well. So I've been watching for a few weeks as well. It's crazy. I don't have any time to watch everyone that I need to watch. It's like, and then stupid TikTok pops out as well. And the next thing you know, I don't know what happened today. I lost a half an hour. It was either aliens or TikTok.
I think TikTok might be more plausible. But we want to believe aliens.
The thing is, there's always these conspiracy theorist people on TikTok, and they always drag me in, and I'm like, oh really? I don't believe half of it because half of it's nonsense. But hey Kevin, I'm bored toys. Woohoo! Lorraine says, Tech Productions, do you want to come to Ireland to hang some doors for us?
I'll do that for you. I'll do that for you, Lorraine. No problem.
He nearly said for free, and he took it back. Did you hear that?
I nearly said, "Oh, never mind." Never mind. Oh dear. Speaking of aliens,
yeah,
Legomasters is Flynn coming on this evening?
He said he's working, and he will be on later.
Sweet. Okay, are we going to wait for him to talk about it?
We can. Let's see if he sent any other messages. Flynn, Trickybricks. He's active now on Instagram, so he might pop in. When did he pop in last time? Was it after an hour or was it less?
He was on at the start, I think, last time.
Was he? I suppose we can talk about it now, and then we can just talk about it again when he comes back, because I'm sure he'll want to fill us in on some stuff. I've got questions that I need answered, to be honest.
So I want to start before Flynn gets here and I turn into like a massive fanboy. I am falling in love with him. Like, I've gotten the pleasure to stream with him a few times, like recently in the last few weeks, and like he has just come across as such a nice guy. And then in this episode, where he was like getting really anxious and stuff, I was there, like my heart was like wrenching for him. I'm properly invested. Like, I think he's such a nice guy. And I've not watched nearly enough of like his streams because it's a bit of an awkward time for me at the moment. But what I have seen, I absolutely love. It's just really wholesome. Like, it's just really cool.
Yeah.
So
it's good stuff.
I am a massive Flynn and Richard fan.
Yeah. Hi, Emily. And Emily is a big fan too.
Hey, Emily.
No, I love it. Flynn. That's why I got him on the calling, but I did. I just thought these guys, you know, their actual streams are actually quite educational for people that are just into Lego. They talk about techniques.
I don't know if you guys saw his mock, the mock that's shared on Instagram. It's like
the moving one.
Where do you even start?
Yeah.
Like where do you even start? I struggle building like a garage with 4 walls. And they've got like it's just crazy. I don't even. It's mad. Yeah.
Honestly.
Cara and Jesse were they were. I was trying to get both of them on today, but I only managed to contact Jesse, and she wasn't able to because she's working. But I will try and get her on at some stage because I felt so sorry for them. Yeah, it was Jesse I was trying to get on. Jesse's working, and I couldn't contact Cara. But I felt so bad for them with their build. I know they shouldn't have put them onto like regular base plates. Because it was just like, but yeah, it was a good episode.
It was really, really good. It was really good.
So what happened? Can someone give us some highlights? Because I saw it a year ago, but I will watch it back.
So the theme was Lego Space, and it was the explosion one. So they had the
TNT,
the baseball bat TNT, and the drop test. And it was just awesome. But yeah, I'm just falling in love with Flynn and Richard. Like they're just so cool.
Yeah, they are. They're good guys. I tell you what, right? I'm interested to know, would any of you guys on the panel do UK Lego Masters if it came out?
No, I have no skill. I mean, I watch the live stream that Tech does with the guys, and like. They're really good. Like I don't have the brain for it. I'm a bit of an Emmett. I like instructions. I like, you know. But I modify I modify a lot of stuff. But I just starting from scratch. No, I wouldn't. I could go on with you, Greg, as like some sort of support and egg you on. Go, Greg. Go, Greg.
I do it because it's fair then, because someone has to go home first. So
I'd
just be there for my 5 minutes of fame and be like, and then I'd be off.
Emily says, "Hi Connor, is this first time you're all seeing the show? Nobody watched Lego Masters before it started airing there recently." So we had the UK version, which basically kicked off Lego Masters all over the world. We had 2 seasons of it, and then they killed it off. But yeah, so the American version started here last week, so week by week we're getting it. But like, I mean, I think I'm one of the few that didn't see it. All the rest of the lads watched last year just through VPNs and stuff. But yeah, and then yes, the second one is starting soon. That's in a few weeks, isn't it?
1st of June, I think.
Australia's is out at the moment.
Yeah.
Foxy.
Yeah,
I reached out to her, and she's not allowed to come on yet. So she gave me a contact for the company that make Lego Masters. So hopefully, we'll be able to get her on at some stage.
Sweet.
Soon.
I can't get hold of how to watch the Australian one because I wanted to watch it, but
Tech, have you got this? Actually, I'll tell you what, Tech and Chris, you guys really should have this book.
I haven't. I've seen that a few times. I should really pick it up.
This is
yeah, I don't have that either.
I've got this. Cool. No, I thought it was this one. I've got this one.
So shiny.
There we go.
One sec, we'll come back to you, Greggy.
That one.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It came with 2 of the figures.
I don't have that one either.
I don't often get the books, to be honest.
I love them.
It's all the Star Wars stuff in it. It's just amazing. Let me just show you. Oh, actually, was this this is quite a cool cover on this. I think this is one of those. Well, I don't know what this is. Oh, here we go. Look. Oh, check this out.
Nice.
Quite good. I think I've got another one here as well. Ooh, this is cool.
Elascura.
Do they come with the book?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Pretty good, isn't it? Nice.
Emily and Ross
have you guys got the new one?
The Darth Maul one?
The Yoda one.
Oh, no. It sounds let's talk about that. It's got like an exclusive print.
That's it right here. Yeah.
No.
exclusive Yoda with a map. There he is.
Oh, it's
Got a
the
little
map of the galaxy or something, isn't it?
It's got a little backpack and a map and a camera. Yeah.
A camera.
It's kind of funny.
That's so cute.
Did you just get that off Amazon, Chris?
Yeah, I got it on Amazon. It was only like 10 quid on offer. So
Yeah.
I thought, to be honest, the book, like, look, the book's like nothing. It's
Yeah.
mainly minifigure. But I was like, hey, I need the Yoda anyway, so I got it.
Nice.
But yeah, the Yoda figure's pretty cool. It's got like a little backpack printing on him as well. It's pretty sweet.
Emily says, we have that book. Ross made me read through it a while back to learn more about Lego Star Wars. That's homework. Emily got homework.
There's too much Star Wars knowledge to know about anyway. I always think you know something and then you watch something else and like another part of it falls out your brain.
Got to read those books and the comics and all that sort of stuff.
And then you get it all in your head and then you go, oh, that's actually not part of the universe anymore.
Yeah. If you've read all the legend stuff, it's like Thrawn, wasn't it? The new stuff's quite different to the old stuff.
Yeah, Thrawn's a badass in the old.
He was awesome in the old one.
Oh, Lester says when he was looking at the Australian Lego Masters version this week, he found the Danish and Belgian versions and hadn't heard of them. They're new. Yeah, the Belgian one is definitely brand new, and the Danish one, didn't know there was a Danish one either.
Wow. I hope like Channel 4 get the rights to all of them, even if just to put it on like 4D or something. Just put it online rather than air them. Because I'd be interested to watch that. Because I think you can still watch the English ones on 4D, right?
Yeah, you can watch them on 4D, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think 4OD is accessible all over the world. I think I could be wrong.
Yeah, you can sign up for it now, I think, so they can monetize off of it like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
There's another one there, isn't there? There's BritBox now as well, which I don't know what that covers.
That's ITV and BBC.
Yeah, trying to get a little bit of the little bit of money.
Tech, I don't know if you answered. Would you go on Lego Masters if they brought it back?
I think I'd like to.
Yeah.
Whether I would ever actually go through and apply, I don't know. It's got anxiety written all over it for me.
Oh yeah.
I see what people build in like 12 hours. Like the challenge, the space challenge was 11 hours, right? And I think is it Sam and Jessica, the ones that kept like falling out quite a lot. They put their thing forward, and they were like the judges were like, "This quite a small scale," and I'm like, "Are you joking?" I don't think I have the mental capacity to manage trying to be like somewhat entertaining, not be rude to people that come and speak to me while I'm trying to think of something to build, and actually build and produce something in that time. Like, I don't think I could cope with it. Like, I think it.
Yeah.
The concept of it is amazing, and I love it. And maybe one day, if I was like really confident in my building ability, but anytime soon, I think I'm just going to be a bystander. And
that's where I think secretly the British version is actually more hardcore than any of the others, because they put the anxiety towards the adults because they have kids in it that are absolutely amazing. So you're sitting there going, "Oh, I'm going to be awesome." There's these 2 5-year-olds that can build better than you. If that doesn't put anxiety on you, I don't know what does.
Exactly.
I just feel like, okay. I'm selling all my Lego when I get home.
Reputation. Imagine that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, oh, great.
Chris, could you imagine if me and you went on as a partnership? We would just be like shivering in the corner.
Shut up! You're not building fast enough.
That's good entertainment.
That would be. I'd like to see what Sky would come up with in 12 hours.
I'd have to get a rebrickable build to smuggle it in.
I wonder if any of them do. They do a quick Google.
I just go to the minifigure wall and go, "I've built 4 minifigures." This is Gary. He's my favorite.
You see, you guys, you can see, Tech, you did at the very end when when Kara put her minifigure into the box. Did you notice the hairpiece? I don't think I've seen that hairpiece before.
Is it a Friends one, maybe?
It didn't
know.
look like a Friends one, but I looked at that and I had to rewind and I said, I don't recognize that actual hairdo.
That's why I was asking Iceberg the other week, like if he managed to keep his minifigure, because obviously they put the minifigures away. I was like, I'd want to keep my minifigure like as a memento for being on it, like. But apparently not. Apparently they didn't get to keep their minifigs.
I don't know why, Si, now. I've just got this mental image of you now, just got that on pause, you going through every last one of your minifigures, flying all over the place.
Oh, that's funny. It's pretty distinct ones, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, now you can say it. I don't think I've seen them.
Yeah, so this is pretty cool. I don't know if everyone's seen this before, but on this particular book, you get an exclusive Lego brick.
I have 2 of those books.
Yeah, with a painting on it. It's quite cool, isn't it?
They were going for in TK Maxx. Do you have TK Maxx over there, or do you call it a different name?
Yeah.
TK Maxx is great for books like that. I got one, two of them for €9 each.
Wow,
€9.
Yeah, it's a pretty good book.
It is actually. It's really good. The 60th anniversary, I bought quite a few different sets in and around that time as well.
Flex, yes, you're right. I remember it. I think it's the hairpiece from the mayor in Clayface,
Nice.
who was played by Mariah Carey.
I need that Clayface set. That is such a cool build. I need to get that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I'd went to the cinema to see the Lego Batman movie, and I watched it the other day, and I did kind of see like this is more familiar than it should be for my first time watching. And then I spoke to Paige, and I was like, she was like, I was like, oh, I watched the Lego Batman movie for the first time the other day. She was like, we went and saw it at the cinema.
I think what's great about the Lego Batman movie is it really does play homage to people who love Batman, like all the films. It has the little references to all of them as well. It's so cool, like really clever with a lot of the stuff. I loved it. I think it's a great movie.
The Lego anything in terms of like films, video games, like that kind of content, like even the short series they nail the comedy. Like for me, like they hit it so good. And like you say, Chris, they either pay homage really well to like the original content, or they take the mick out of it, like loads. And it just is such a good combination.
The only thing that I've been disappointed with, and I'm probably gonna get a load of hate now, is the Ninjago movie. I honestly thought
right. I thought the first half of the movie was very good, and then it just seemed to
it just got really boring. Like I just found it like not funny.
I do kind of agree with you on that one. The first half of it I really thought was brilliant, and the second half of it I was just like, oh blimey, they're dragging this out a bit. But the Batman one I thought was really, really good.
That one's great.
Yeah,
I like Lego Movie 2 as well. I think Lego Movie 2 is good. I know it's not as good as the first one, but I still enjoy it. Oh, it's great. That's great. I love it. I think it's really fun.
I wish that they had have just gone with the normal voice actors for the Ninjago movie, and you know, they could have saved so much money by just not having Jackie Chan and all these famous people in it. Like Mariah Carey's fine; those kind of people are good. But you know, changing the whole kind of storyline and changing people, like Misako, the way she looked and stuff, it was a bit weird. And I thought after the movie they might address it in the show, but they never did. And then they actually put some of the Lego movie stuff into the show and never changed it or told us why. And like, because I brought Nullik to see it, and he was kind of going, I don't know their voices. Who are they? And I was like, no, that's
and that used to really bother me when I was a kid. So if they changed the voices on something, it used to really bother me. I was like, that's not him.
That's like anything. It's like in the Spider-Man game that they made for the PS4. When they redid it for the PS5, they changed the face actor. And
I know.
People said like, it doesn't feel the same. And a lot of people were up in arms. It doesn't, because you've already subconsciously put that together. It's like Vader. If you hear Vader and he's got a Texan accent, which is actually what the original one was, it looks so jarring because you're used to the voice that we have as it is. So it's an odd choice to change it, especially with Ninjago that's so defined by its characters. It's just a weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, the characters definitely sell Ninjago. Like,
yeah,
the characters are what people love, like the main ninjas from the outside looking in, anyway. So yeah, they were obviously trying to just make it a broad appeal kind of thing and make it like more blockbuster.
I really like it. I love one of my favorite things, Cranky. Let me know what you think as well. But I think one of the best things about the movie was the sets that came out of it. The fantastic Ninjago ones. They really, really were. Now. Just slightly changing gear, folks. Chris, you're into Bricks SpongeBob. Yeah, that's a good ship. Arguably the best ship ever to set sail in the Lego universe. Now we were talking earlier on about buildable kind of figures, and Chris, you're into SpongeBob SquarePants. Have you got this? I didn't even know it existed.
I think there were two of them. I think they made two of the buildable SpongeBob.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, but I know I don't own the SpongeBob. I own on that page there. I own the one at the top right, the neighborhood, SpongeBob neighborhood one. That's my one, and I always wanted that Krusty Krab at the bottom. I don't own that one.
I think they made two of those as well, Chris.
They did. I think there's been 3 SpongeBob houses.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I think there was 2 Krusty Krabs, but there's only ever been 1 Chum Bucket, which is I'd love to get all the SpongeBob sets, but
I have that Greg. I have that turtle.
I like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah. They were kind of very different. I'm just seeing if there's anything special in here to show anybody.
My nan has the build.
I tell you what, they look quite good. Look at that for a mech. The old Exo-force mech.
Yeah.
That's quite cool.
It looks proper anime style, doesn't it? Like
yeah. I mean, look at the they got anime up there as well.
Yeah, they so need to do Dragon Ball Z.
I'd say that would work now if they brought it back or came up with a new version.
Let's see. There's the classic space ones. Set number 98. Look at that. Oh,
yeah,
fabulous.
Spaceship.
Yeah, I gave him permission to build the spaceship. And everybody's favorite theme as well.
Woo!
Yeah. I like Bionickles. I think it's great.
No, I don't get it.
I've never bought a single set of it. Never interested me.
How about this then? How about this? Matt, you're out there. This might interest you. How about a R2-D2 as a Technics kind of set?
That was
looks like it's remote control.
It's the remote control one. Yeah, it's their first hash it, the programmable things. Yeah, Mindstorm.
Mindstorms. There we go, folks. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
And you think the new one looks horrible?
Steph's actually got some of the original, tacky stuff under her bed at home, and it's like, what the hell? She never told me she was into it. Yeah, she had like all the older stuff, the buildable ones.
Yeah, for you Potterheads out there.
Too clever for me. Yeah. That's the iconic, the original Diagon Alley at the top there.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Actually, you got the original Diagon Alley and the night bus.
I had that night bus. No, wait, which night bus is that? Is that from?
That's the old one.
Yeah, that's the old one.
Which wasn't there 2 iterations before, just one?
Yeah, this one is Purple Passage. Sounds a bit weird. A stranded wizard can always hitch a ride back to Hogwarts on board the triple-decker night bus. The violent vehicle has twice been recreated in minifigure scale, with both sets boasting an array of rare purple parts.
Does it say what was released?
It says the night bus set number 4755, released in 2004. How cool is that?
I think I had that one. I think I had that one.
Let's show one more thing then, Sly. Let's show one more cool thing. Let's go for the last. Oh, these are Mock's ideas. The Tower of Brothers. That sounds a bit Lord of the Rings to me. There we go.
Damn.
Beast.
It's quite good though.
There's some of the stuff we could have had but never got.
Yeah. Road stuff going on there. Oh, these are quite good. How about these for Mox, folks? I'm liking that. There we go. I think one of these Lego idea sets actually could have been made. Mosaic.
Is that yellow one?
Museum. They were showing those in the UK in London. The people ones.
Yeah, he brought them on tour.
Yeah.
It wasn't the yellow one that actually got to 10,000 votes and made it through, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's the one that they were on about. Isn't there one of those that they're putting into the ideas set?
It is. I'd like.
Did it actually get approval?
I think it has. I think one of them has. I haven't really been keeping my eye on it, to be honest.
No, I haven't been keeping my eye. I've kind of given up, like trying to think of how many idea sets are coming out now.
Do you know what? To be honest, at the moment, there's so much Lego coming out that I haven't got time to think about like stuff that isn't really Lego. If you get what I mean, like official sets.
Big regret not buying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a fool. Why didn't I?
Because it was your wedding day, Si.
I just want to say hello to a few people. Say hello to Joel. Want to say hello to Matt. We want to say hello to Josh Osborne. I don't know if you heard me earlier on.
Hey, Josh.
Josh Osborne. Ben's Brick Designs is here. Hey, Ben. How's it going? That's the book I want to get. I still haven't. I'm going to wait. That'll come down in price.
Super wide screen or something like that. Looks weird, isn't it? That is good. Yeah, this book was going half price on Amazon this week.
Oh no! How much was that? Then £7?
About £7. Yeah, which is well worth it because you get the exclusive figure in it. There we go. Here's one. Have you got this figure, Chris? Rota the Hutlet.
No, the Jabba's baby from the movie. No, Rotter. I don't have him. Now, a really funny story. Rogue has him. He got him on the day it came out, that set, and he hadn't realized that Rotter has little arms, and he thought they were spares in the set and binned them. So he got Rotter with no arms.
I mean, I can say I do have that set. I do have a minifigure.
I've got two of those. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have all of those.
That's cool. Si, this is the site. Look, it's you. That is you. The Liam Neeson character. Honestly, that is your.
Which one is he though? The one with the scribbled on face afterwards.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Hello.
It's some great stuff in this though.
I can't believe you've done both those voices, man.
Black Manta. There we go. Scooby-Doo. Emmasaurus, if you're still out there. Look, a little bit of Scooby-Doo. If you wonder what happened to Scooby-Doo.
Big Bang
That
Theory.
Black Manta figure looks so cool.
Yeah.
I wish I was into the superhero ones, but I'm trying not to.
Yeah, I like the superhero stuff, but it's kind of more city-ish stuff. Even then, I actually get a little bit bored of the city stuff that's come out this last wave. It's all road plates or new road systems.
I mean, for you, if you have a city, you have to be getting things like what you bought the other day, the road transporter. I'd buy another one of those just to kind of have on a road up a bit further to kind of like have them pass each other. And the street sweeper is important. A bin lorry is important. And
I got them. I bought the bin. I think it's the big one. It's kind of orange. I think it's just a 4+ set or something like that. In case anyone's wondering what I'm up to, I'm just having a bit of a tidy up. But yeah, it's. I'll have to do a city update fairly soon, I suppose. But I actually, do you know what? I put a vote on the other day. What modular I should build next? Nearly 50% of the votes got assembly squares, so that's going to be the next modular I build. And you know what? So I might even start building that early next week and sort of continue it through the backlog and on your stream next Thursday as well.
Greg, have you got two of those?
I've got two of those, what, assembly squares?
No, not assembly squares. Have you got two of those car transporters?
No, I only got one. I wish I bought quite a few of them actually, because there's loads of good parts in it. There's like I should have done a review on it really, but there's just various parts on it that are really good. Like I don't know, you've got a few Technic bits and pieces. You've got loads of plates. You've got two 16x8 plates on there that are green.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is like you could have got 2 of those and had it like a proper articulated one, so you could have one. Like how they normally are, and then obviously had the articulated trailer on the back.
Yeah, no, that would have been a good idea. But one of the main reasons I got it is just that I can show off more cars on it, and they fit really, really well on there. It's just a really good little set. It's best set for $12.50, but I'm not quite sure why they were selling so many of them at $12.50. I mean, maybe they just wasn't shifting them or something.
No, we
like that.
didn't, Jay.
What happened was, Jay, I can't even lie. I'm trying to lie and I'm stuttering. Blah, 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 blah. No, I didn't finish it.
That's all.
I was trying to think of a cunning story, but it just backfired. Hi, Jay.
Right, you were looking after the chat. That's all you have to say.
I was nearly finished, and then I was trying to build a bit in the green room afterwards, and then I just said, I'm never going to display it, so I put it into a big Ziploc bag, and I put it back in the box.
Simon says, "Here comes the excuse."
He has to work on one every week. What
Simon.
What can I say this week why I didn't build it?
It'll still be building it next backlog. Don't worry about it. We will see it finished.
Oh no, that's history. That won't see the light of day.
Well, what do you reckon you're going to build next week, Si?
Don't know.
I think you should change the backlog to Deja Vu or something.
Yeah, like the minifig, because there's only so many minifig series you can go through.
I know, yeah. I think what I'll do, might change to a coloring stream. We'll get some of those coloring pages from VIP.
That'd be so good. I'd actually really enjoy that, to be honest.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I think it'd be a nice stream.
Si O'Connor colouring in a book, joining the dots. We'd have to call it that. We could call the stream that, joining the dots.
Joining the dots. So be all of us and Matt and anyone else that can hold a crayon.
Well, of course, you've got the dots theme itself, you see.
Oh, yeah.
You hold a crayon.
Oh, yeah. The Brick Mod says, Greg looks like he's in front of a green screen. A very odd effect. I can assure you this is real.
I think it is a green screen because I saw his legs just and they didn't look small. So I'm pretty sure.
I know the Duplo legs.
Yeah, Duplo legs. They look normal size to me. I'm a bit sus.
I attach those on Friday evenings. I've got a specially adapted chair for them as well.
Coloring stream looks like it could be popular. What have we done?
Coloring. I do coloring all day. I don't know whether I want to do it on a stream.
Lorraine can't imagine you colouring.
I'm able to stay inside the lines. I try really hard.
That would be funny.
You'd be able to see the sweat coming off his forehead as he's really trying. Well, that'd be mine.
What happens if he doesn't finish the colouring in that? Like,
you're setting yourself up for failure there, Si.
No, I'll just have Nullig on the floor here, keeping quiet. That in.
Yeah, get into colouring one before the same picture, before the stream starts.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. What else did you want to talk about, Tech, about with the Legomasters?
Just Flynn and how much I love him. Pretty much. No, there were some really, really interesting builds. I loved. I'm awful with their names, but the two guys that got the golden brick in the first episode, their structure was really, really nice. They used the train track pieces to get that like crescent shape. I love that.
Those two get some serious stress levels going in the next couple of episodes. They do.
Yeah,
I think they all do at some point. Like,
they all crack. They all crack at some point. They really do.
He does it, champ. Flynn's married. Damn, man. Damn.
Yeah, Richard put a ring on it.
Oh man.
But yeah, no, I when I saw them using the train track, I thought that was pretty cool. But then they reinforced it, and I thought there's no way that's going to break. Like, but if he comes on, I hope he does come on because I know he's in work. But I wanted to know if they use actual explosives or compressed air, because surely if it was an explosive, would have caused some sort of shrapnel.
It'll be compressed air.
Yeah, compressed air, I reckon, more than anything. They'll compressed air with some powder in it or something like that, and they normally do, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, Josh, we're talking about the American one, the USA.
USA.
Does anyone ever remember Leonard Nimoy used to do a program about special effects on films and stuff like that?
No.
Yeah, he used to
I
talk.
remember seeing that one.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
Sometimes I avoid those because if it's like I like to see, I like to remember them as the character they play.
I love seeing all that kind of stuff. How it all comes, not so much the CGI stuff, but how like the movie magic of practical things, how it comes together. It's like, oh my god, that's so clever. It's like especially watching the Star Wars things, how they done like Chewie and like Darth Vader's breathing apparatus. It's like, how? It seems like the Slave One is like it's a sound of a Dodge going down a desert. It's like, what?
The thing I used to watch as a kid, I think it was on Channel 5, was like how they did magic tricks.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I'm obsessed with that.
That was a guy that used to wear like a silvery face, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had to wear a mask because he wasn't allowed because he was part of the magician circle, and it's deadly. It was great.
Daniel, you're turning in his grave if he saw that.
It's great. I loved it. Loved every second of it.
Yeah, E4, mate.
E4 on Tuesdays at 9 o'clock, and you can download it from all four in glorious high definition as well.
Oh yeah, Josh.
Wicked.
Yeah, I watched it last year through VPN, which is a right faff. So at least we got it now. We can watch it.
Yeah. Do you know what? Actually, I don't want to say that because I'll be giving away a spoiler. But I think it's the very last episode. It was a.
Let me guess. Someone wins. Don't spoil it. I don't want to know.
More interestingly, RuPaul's Drag Race USA Finals is on tomorrow as well. Don't know if you guys watch that, but it's going to be good.
Is that much behind the American one, or is it like a week after?
No, I think it's on at the same time because it's on Netflix, so it comes out weekly. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm genuinely not joking. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. It's really, really
good. I believe you.
You should watch it. I'm not even joking. It's good.
I just get into those things. I'd be watching them all the time.
That's the problem. Like Steph started watching them during lockdown because they had them all on Netflix. And then I would come downstairs with a coffee, and then you get into it, and you're like, "Oh my god, I've watched 14 series of this. What's going on?"
Oh my god.
It's the same with Lorraine. I'll go in and she's watching something and I'll have no interest, but 2 minutes later I'll be like, oh my god. Like she was watching this thing about a family in America, and they have like 8 children, but they've like quintuplets, I think they are, but like I was like, oh my god, and they're like little puppies just going around the place into everything, pulling things down. You put one there's another one crying, 2 of them are fighting, and they're only 1 year, and it's like, oh no. So I said no, I have to leave the room, so I ran away.
Yeah, no, I can't watch anything my missus watches. Oh, but she mostly watches like all these hospital programs and all that kind of stuff. Like, oh. And she watches them in bed as well, just before I go to bed. And like the last thing I want to watch is like, oh look, there's a child being born. Yeah, great. I can't see
it. Turn off, hasn't it?
She's dropping him
just a bit.
I think she's doing that on purpose. So.
No. It's not only that. I mean, I went when I was going to bed. What was it? I think it was quite late going to bed on Tuesday. And I go in there, and there's just this man who's had a horrific car accident, and he's missing a limb, and like the surgeon's going around, and it's just like, right, I can't see him.
Where's his arm? Something. Yeah, they're looking for his arm. It's around here somewhere.
It's horrific. It's like, who the bloody hell wants to watch that? It's just like later on that day, he died of his injuries. Like, wow, that's a charming show. Great. God, Bennett is just. Oh no, not One Born Every Minute. That is just an even worse show. That is just my god.
I'm no good with blood and needles and all
No.
that. Oh, although I did watch the kids being born, and somehow that didn't affect me at all. I was fine with that. But watching other people's, it's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then,
It's a bit like dog poo, though, isn't it? Like you don't like other people's dog poo, but you're okay with your own dog's poo. No, is that just me?
No, you are.
That'd be okay.
I know where you're coming from, because it's kind of, if you're in the toilet, you don't mind the smell of your own, but someone else's is really great.
Yeah, you won't
That way.
You think to yourself, God, thank God I got these face masks I can put on.
No, it makes it worse, Greg. It makes it conjugates.
Yeah. It's like, I can taste it.
Oh my God.
Bye, Josh. Josh is going.
Yeah.
See you later, Josh.
Josh has had enough. He's going to the toilet.
I'm out of here.
He's there for a number 2.
Oh God.
Yeah, Ben says my daughter loves those shows. She wants to get into forensics.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
That's proper nitty gritty, though. That is. I remember once. Oh, no, I won't say that. I won't go there.
Or it could descend. And I'm not going to wait for Richard to talk about this. And what I wanted to know was, do you think those breaks, those explosions and hits and everything, do you think they were retaken? Do you think that was just one model used once? Because it was pure black background, and I looked, and I'm really into that kind of thing. And I looked, and I was like, how do you make the black background? And
so I was watching that as well, Sai, and with so just and it's cut really, like, so it's quite like hard to say, but like what I did notice is when they would do one of the shots of like, and you could still kind of see some of the pieces like moving about, you saw the lights in the background like come up, and if you look at especially with the bat ones, so when they're shooting of Will, like doing the swing and hitting it, he's like it's face on, and the bat's coming, so the camera's, if the camera's there, the bat's swinging like that. Whereas when they did the slow-mo shot, it was like that, and the bat was, so whatever was to Will's right would have been all completely blacked out. But yeah, I was like trying to suss that out because I'm fascinated by that sort of stuff as well.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Lorraine was like, "Oh, here he goes again, rewinding the bloody show." Oh my God.
I'm one of those weirdos who does that. I do that for the credits at the end of the show. Like, oh, that guy's in there. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah,
I do it if I spot an inconsistency. I rewind and says, "Yeah, look, see where that person is there," and then the next scene they're not there anymore. They're gone.
Yeah.
Oh God, that one's what messes up. Every time I start pointing out, hey, he was now he's what the hell? And he's like, oh God, Darren, shut up.
I noticed that in Alanis Morissette video as well. Like when she takes her hat off and throws it at the Alanis Morissette in the back of the car, and then the next thing it shoots back to her, and it's like she's got the hat on. I'm like, what the hell?
yeah.
That's ironic.
I'm like constantly when I'm watching a movie, I've got IMDb on my phone at the same time. So I'm like, I know that person from somewhere. Oh yeah, she was in.
I do that, and then it wrecks my head because then I remember them from that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that all the time.
What did I watch today? I watched Captain Marvel, and I didn't know that the girl who was in remember the Channel 4 show? They were all robots, but they were humans. Yeah. What's her? It's not Jessica Chang. What's her name? Anyway, she's in Captain Marvel, and I didn't realize.
Do you know what was really quite jarring for me to watch with Harry Potter was the fact that
Harry Potter,
that Trigger was in it from Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah,
that was a bit jarring, and also Minty from EastEnders.
John Cleese is in it as well, just a random headless Nick or whatever. That's what for me. It's like, oh, it's John Cleese walking around.
Gemma Chang, that's the one. Yes, thank you.
There's a little bit of exciting news that Ghost Rider's being remade into the MCU, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Yeah, being helmed by the one and only. Oh, what's his name from the one he directed Ghost? Not Ghost Rider.
Nicolas Cage.
No, Nicolas Cage ain't in it. And just to answer Lorraine's question, no, I'm working tomorrow. Oh God, who is it? He's the one who done the Justice League. Can't remember his name now.
Jack Snyder.
Zack Snyder. That's it. Yeah. So I thought, oh my God, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
And
He's one of my
apparently,
favorite superheroes because he's like an anti-hero, isn't he? He's a bit like a Wolverine.
and apparently, it's gonna kind of like so they're saying he's gonna headline the first R-rated MCU movie.
Oh,
That's
really?
gonna be cool.
That would be
gonna be
good.
cool.
Technically, Ghost Rider was already in the MCU because they class Shield as MCU as well. But they had to redo. But they had to give him a. No, he got the car, but in the Lego sets he got a bike because it was some sort of they couldn't go with it.
Yeah. Yeah, they've had to change because there was an original scene from Iron Man. Nick Fury is standing, at the post-credit scene. Yeah, and he's standing there, is like telling Iron Man, about the Avengers. And there's actually a first one where he does saying, you're part of a bigger world of mutants, spider heroes, and all that kind of stuff. But obviously, they had to take it out because obviously, I'm guessing because obviously this is before Disney was actually bought Marvel. Yeah. But this was actually, it was kind of like. So at the time, obviously, I'm guessing they were trying to do things with Fox to try and bring the mutants in. But then obviously Disney came along and went, no, we're having you. And obviously you can't have it. But I was like, I thought that was quite interesting. I think you can watch that scene on, it's on YouTube anyway. You can watch it. Well, it's pretty cool. It was actually going ahead.
You know what else I noticed solo? I don't know if it might have been Iron Man 3, but they were talking about I know it might not have been Iron Man 3. They were talking about the Sokovia Accords, right? And they were mentioning different people. And Tony Stark says, "Oh, you're Stephen Strange," blah 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 blah. And I was like, "Why? He hasn't even. He's not even a wizard yet, or whatever the hell, sorcerer yet." And I was like, "Oh, how did he know? There must have been, that wasn't a slip up."
No, it's all planting the little seeds of what's to come. Yeah. I think the only one that they haven't shown yet is Atlanta. That's the only one they haven't shown yet. Everyone else has appeared out on that map in the background. They've all shown up apart from that one. But again, he's been referenced so many times now. It's like, for God's sake, show him. For God's sake. Yeah.
Who's that? Who's that?
I can't remember the King of Atlanta. Oh God, what's his name? Namor.
Namor, the submariner. Yeah.
He's been referenced so many times now. It's just like
Adam was like referenced at the end of Guardians as well, and never really showed him. Like he was in that chamber, and then it's like, oh.
Well, yeah, I think that was all down to James Gunn being fired. I think he is meant to be. I think he big plans for him in Guardians Galaxy 3, by the sounds of it. But obviously you've got to wait for Suicide Squad to come out first of all before we ever see any kind of light day of that one. So good times.
Suicide Squad. The second one does look pretty good though. But I remember being excited for the first Suicide Squad, and it was terrible. So
I reckon, being that this is James Gunn, I reckon it is going to be, the trailers haven't been that misleading so far. It's like typical James Gunn. The trailers are pretty crap, so it's like it should be pretty good. Should be great because I remember when Guardians of the Galaxy first came, I was saw the trailer for it. This looks rubbish, and then actually seeing the film, like, wow, okay. I never thought I'd actually be invested in a talking tree and a bloody raccoon, but I love them.
It's really well done, man. I love it.
It was really good. So, yeah, man, I can't wait for the new Suicide Squad film. I hope it's going to be good.
Hey, Brick Clicker and Doc Samson, welcome.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah, so I think of 2 more Marvel movies to watch, and then I'm going to start into the DC ones. There was something else. Oh, and then after that, I'm going to rewatch all the Star Wars movies.
Nice.
Yeah, very busy.
I'm going to go and watch all the DC ones before I get really far behind and they start pumping out loads. That's what I'm worried about.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about them being consistent anyway, because they're not part of a connected universe at the moment. Unless they're planning.
That's what interests me is do you think they will, or do you think they'll? Because they were trying to, right, with the whole Zack Snyder verse.
Yeah.
but it flopped.
But it kind of flopped, yeah. But now there's a demand for it, and I know there's people that like they're trying to petition to get that to carry on, right? Do you think that's going to be a thing, or?
Well, at the moment they said no, it's not happening at all. It's not happening. Full stop, capital dot, all that kind of stuff. I reckon it will. My own personal heart, I want it to happen because now you got. I think with Flashpoint coming up, I reckon it could be something that could happen. I really pray that it is going to happen, and we get the continuation of Zack Snyder's kind of verse, lay that to rest, and just kind of like open up the multiverse into this like really grand and awesome.
I heard it was confirmed that Michael Keaton is in that now as well.
It's confirmed and then denied, confirmed, and I think it was confirmed that he was in it, and now I think he's having reservations whether to continue it. I've heard a lot of rumors that he's backing out, but I don't know. I mean, how can you back out now? You're quite a way into production now, so they might use whatever he's got unless he says no, you're not using my face at all now. So they have to reshoot a whole load of things. But
yeah, I'm just interested to see, like, even if Zack Snyder doesn't do it going forward, like, I was always interested as to know why DC. Like, they were seeing the success of Marvel and how like interconnected it was and just how popular it is. I was always like, are they purposefully not doing that to try and be different? But then now, even if, like I said, if Zack Snyder doesn't do it, do you think now there's a demand for some sort of coherent storyline? Will they do it?
I don't know, because I've been watching quite a lot of videos, and HBO are like kind of like really like, yeah, we want this made, we need this made. And I know Henry Cavill, he's publicly came out and said, yeah, I'm down to be Superman again for Zack Snyder, I'm down for it. But Ben Affleck is kind of like, I'm not so keen on that idea. So I don't know, unless they could throw enough money out, and HBO just kind of like begs, is it Warner Brothers that owns it?
Yeah, but wasn't Ben Affleck seen on set at in one of the shows? One of the the Flash or something?
No, he's going to be in Flash. He's going to be in Flashpoint. Yeah, because he's contractually bound for that one. He has no choice for that one. And he is going to play the same Batman, which I think that's what's given a lot of people hope. That Zack Snyder's verse will continue onto it, because I mean I think what's really, really cool is that they really kind of like showed how powerful the Flash is in Zack Snyder's one. He can change time like that. So it's been really heavily influenced by Zack Snyder's show. So I'm kind of hoping
HBO are going to be busy anyway with all those Game of Thrones side things that they're doing.
Get out of here. Not interested.
How to kill a franchise in 2 episodes.
Oh, God.
They're getting a lot of Star Trek now solo, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you guys seen there's an animated series, like a comedy Star Trek on Amazon?
Yeah.
Below Decks.
Yeah, Below Decks. It's be quite good.
It's quite funny, actually. I did quite enjoy it. But again, I don't know. Me personally, I'm missing the old Trek. Just like exploring planets. Hopeful.
That's what the new one's going to be, though. The Strange New World. Yeah, Strange New World.
Strange New World.
What channel would that be on? Or what? Not channel.
Netflix.
Netflix. Yeah, eventually it'll come to Netflix, but. That was the best thing about Discovery, as far as I was concerned, is season 2 when they had the Enterprise in it. That last scene of season 1, where literally it's the last 30 seconds of the entire season where you see the Enterprise coming down to it. I was like, oh my God! I was crazy. I went absolutely nuts when I saw that.
I've never watched Star Trek bar the new movies.
Have you not?
I love the shows, man. You'd love the shows.
No.
Yeah, the new movies are all right, but I don't know why they just made all the ships so much bigger where they didn't need to.
Star Trek, the bloody Enterprise is massive. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, the Kelvin universe is like everything's 10 times bigger. It's like, it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching one of the real like full-on nerdy shows, and like they're saying like the size of the warp core, the warp reactor area, is bigger than the actual ship itself. So it kind of like it's like a TARDIS going inside. It's like, yeah, it's that big on the outside, but it's this big on the inside. Like, okay, yeah.
No, I love a bit of Enterprise. My favourite one is still this one. Oh, I think this is the right one. Yes, this one here. As the refit, the Enterprise refit.
Which I think is quite interesting. Mega Blocks are, I've been looking at alternative brands, but Mega Blocks are actually doing a UCS style of the Enterprise D, which is getting pretty cool.
Yeah,
so you might be interested, because it looks, judging by what people are saying, it sounds absolutely amazing.
As much as I'm a massive Star Wars fan, my favourite ship ever is this one. That's my favourite spaceship of all time, days, folks. That, the TARDIS, the Millennium Falcon, they're kind of like my three favourites, I think. But they're brilliant. I just love them. And the Discovery version of the Enterprise was really nice as well. Hold that camera just there, Si.
Okay, just say hello to Brickscene as well, who popped in.
Hey, dude.
And SpaceX are having a launch, but it's at 5 a.m. Now, I think SpaceX do space exploration really well because of. Have you seen the spacesuits? Have you seen inside the capsule? It is the way the future should be.
Yeah,
that's awesome, Greg.
Yeah,
is that the Eagle Moss ones?
Yeah, these are all Eagle Moss ones, but this particular one is the Enterprise from the Discovery season. And basically, this model is normally about 50 quid, but they were doing a special offer whereby you could join them, sign up for Eagle Moss, and you get this for 15 quid. And then, but because of UK laws, it's like, well, you could cancel it straight after, and yet you keep the ship. So I did that.
You have someone backstage, Si.
I know, and I'm so happy to announce that our best friend in the world from America, one of them who is now on our TV screens, is here. It is Flynn from Trickybricks.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Flynn.
We couldn't help ourselves. We had to have a chat about the show. So if we go over, don't worry. We'll be asking you the questions as well because we kind of made up our own answers to some of them.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Well, Tech has anyway.
Yeah,
he's full-blown fanboy mode now.
You got a fanboy now, Flynn.
Who's my fanboy? Oh, you, Tech? Woo! I've been waiting for that. All right, nice.
We've already told him you're married to keep his hands away. So,
like we were saying earlier, like I haven't watched as many of your streams as I would have liked to. I've watched a few of them and stuff, and they're very, very entertaining. And it's really wholesome and it's great. And episode 2 just aired this week, and I was watching it earlier, and I could see you getting like really anxious. And Richard was like supporting you really well, and my heart was just like, oh, Flynn, like I like, really moved by it. So but yeah, no, I really like what you produced in the end. It looked really, really cool.
Oh, thanks. That was a really tough one. I mean, obviously, and I mean, I'm very open about the fact that I suffer from anxiety and panic attacks. Like that's something that happens to me, and I'll be honest, I was very nervous about I don't know, it was different when the show came out and nobody knew who we were yet. That was just like, and you know, but now I know so many people, all of you, and I was just like, oh man, what are they going to think of me? Like after they see that, like I have this like breakdown, and it was intense, and I'm just yeah, it was a little scary, but I'm glad that that people were able to take something away from that. And I think when, you know, before the episode aired, I was really nervous and I wasn't sure how it was going to go because, you know, we didn't know how they were going to edit it, like how it was going to come across, like any of that. Like we only knew what we experienced when we were there. And I think the thing for me that made it, made me kind of make my peace with it was we were the show had been out, I think, about like 4 episodes when we went to Bricks Cascade, which is in Portland, and had an amazing experience, met a ton of people. And I actually had a mom come up to me and take me aside, and she was like, I just wanted to let you know that like my son suffers from panic attacks. And so, most people watching maybe would just think I was getting emotional, but I actually was having a difficult time at that point. And she said, I know most people wouldn't notice, but we could tell that you were having, that you were having a panic attack. And my son saw that and saw Richard comfort you, and he realized that like it was okay that if he had a panic attack, that he could always come back from it, and it would be okay. So thank you. And I was like, okay, that makes it worth it. Like that made it worth it for me, Yeah. But I think. Yeah, I think I don't want to like come in and dominate the conversation, but I think
no, you're going to. You don't have a choice.
Yeah. I think the hardest part of that episode was that like you saw me like get upset, but you didn't actually. Nobody got to see what actually led up to that. Mm-hmm. Right, like it was just like everybody was building, and then all of a sudden, I'm having a time. So. I would like to address that a little bit, if I may. Mm-hmm. It was a particularly intense time. We had a kind of tried and true method of things that we wanted to use to create our mountain that we did, and we got it together. And we were like maybe 3 or 4 hours into it when we realized that it just wasn't working. Like what would normally work for us on one of our mocks in this particular case wasn't going to work. And one of the things they didn't really tell you on the show, they showed it like just like this much, was one of the requirements of the challenge was we had to carry our mock from our table all the way up to the podium where we had to put it down. And so, so that was a requirement. So we spent a lot of time, Richard.
Flynn, was that a requirement before you built it? Did they actually say that? Okay. Cool.
Yes. And that didn't really come across in the show, but that was something they required of us. And then we had to, Richard was picking our thing up and like carrying it around the table, and I was just like, oh no. Mm-hmm. And then, the method that we had used was Mixel's ball joints to kind of hold things together to create a really nice organic shape, something that we've done before. And then just in this particular case with the pieces that we were using, it just didn't work. It wasn't working. So we had to, completely rethink it. So here we are, second episode. Nobody's been eliminated yet. We know that elimination is coming, and we're like, I'm just like, oh, this can't be happening. Like we can't be like halfway through and have to change gears, but it's what you have to do when you're in that situation. It's not like, when you're building a mock at home, you can go, and just walk away from it and come back later. And that wasn't an option. So we, layered on top of that, we built it really, really tall. And the judges came around and, they would do these little check-ins with us. They came around and they were like, it's really tall and we're worried because Will has to hit it with a baseball bat. And like, if he doesn't hit it in the right place, it could just like take the middle of it out. And then you're left with the rest of it. Like we really wanted to, so you might want to rethink it. And we were like, okay, fine. So we took the top level off, right? And then continued building, and then found out that that our construction method wasn't going to work, and that we had to retool it. And at that point, it was all we had time to do was just start jamming bricks on. So I'll say right now, like I was not at all happy with. Neither of us were happy with the way the final product looked. Like we were happy with our monster, we were happy with our story, and we were happy with our explosion, especially. And I'll get to that in a minute. But so that happened. Then the judges came around again and we're like, it still looks really tall. We're really worried about that. And we were just like, oh my God. So we took another level off. right? And then at that point, we were just like jamming, trying to just cram bricks on as much as we could. And then they came around and said, "Oh, we think maybe you misunderstood us. We weren't actually saying like maybe you should take them off." And at that point, I was just like, I couldn't deal anymore. I was like, we've already taken 2 layers off. We've already had to completely redo the way we were doing it. We have to carry it. Now they're telling me that wasn't the case, and really just something in me just snapped, and it was like the pressure was too much. So that led to me actually leaving the build floor for a little while. And then I came back, and then what you saw was when I came back after, sitting in the back and having a moment or several moments. But really in the end, we put a lot of thought into the color story. Like we think a lot about color. That's one of our really big things. And so and I was actually surprised we were kind of the only team that did this. We made the outside of our volcano different colors than all the colors we had inside of the volcano. So if you actually go back and watch the explosion, there's a whole color story there. It goes from the yellows and greens that we did on the outside, and suddenly like it turns into a whole different color, almost like fireworks. Mm-hmm. So we were really, really happy with that. And I think when it exploded, because we were very nervous going up to it, and then when it exploded, Brickmaster Amy said, "That was epic." And I was like, okay, we're safe. Okay. It was like, I knew that. And, it's funny that those are the things that will end up, in a, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but just saying that like a lot of times those are the things that can save you. Right. Like if it seems like you're going down a bad road, then you get like, it's that one thing, like the explosion in the end, which was the point of the whole thing. Right. Ended up being exactly what was needed. So it kind of made up for maybe the shortcomings of the build itself. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not proud of the build, because I absolutely was proud of everything that we made. But we definitely felt like it could have been better. And you know how it is. Like you picture something in your mind and you're like, oh, it's going to look this certain way. And then it doesn't come out that way at all. And it's just, and even though it still probably looks pretty cool, it's still disappointing to go through. But yeah, so anyway, that's the story of what happened on that episode.
Tech may have answered the question for me, but I'm still going to ask you anyway. Were the explosions and the bat hitting, were they all genuinely one take and then you saw it back straight away, or was it 2 different models?
Oh no, that was it. Like that was what you see is what you get. Like we carried it up there and they smashed it, and it was, and I don't know, like for all of you, but we are used to building things that stay together, right? Like we build things purposely to stay together because maybe we're going to take them to a convention and it has to survive a drive or what have you, right? And that was, basically the complete opposite. Like you have to build something and that was the trick. It had to be strong enough that it could be carried across the room, but weak enough that it would explode when hit with, a thing. And I got to thank Will Arnett for hitting it in exactly the right place. So that it did what it was supposed to do.
Did you say to him what the sweet spot was, or did he just kind of make it up?
I'm trying to remember. I think we may have said, generally try and like hit around this area. And if you can kind of like project it up while you're doing it, that would be great too. So we did, and we were really, we owe a lot of that to him for sure. But yeah, it was that was a one and done. Like you saw it go, and that's the other thing too that was painful. Like not only are we used to making things that stay together, we're not used to people destroying our work with a base. Yeah. It was a little like it was a little difficult to watch.
Did you get to meet Amy? As in Mayim?
Oh, Maya Bialy, I did get to meet her, and because we didn't get a chance to like really meet and talk to a lot of the people who came in, but with her, and I actually have a really well, I don't know how funny it is, but I had a little story. I had a moment with her. So, she was up there doing her thing, and I came running over to the brick pit, and she was in there in the brick pit with Will, and it was kind of under the stairs. You know how there's those big stairs with the minifig wall? Well, there was parts, all the Technic parts were under there. So I had come, whirling over there, wheeling around the corner. I was like, oh, they're here. And Will's like, hey, Mayim, this is Flynn. This is Mayim. And I was like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. And she put her hand out, and then I put my hands out because I was going to do that thing where you like put someone's hand in both of your hands and just say like, oh, it was so nice to meet you. And she thought I was going for the hug. And so she went for the hug, and then like I was still kind of going for the handshake. And then we kind of did this like little thing, and then like ended up, and Will was like, well, that was the most awkward hug ever. But it was
hilarious.
It was really,
good impression as well. There was one part you went over and you were talking. You and Richard went over. You were talking to somebody like in the middle of this big like build, and my wife Lorraine was like, "Oh my God, why is he standing there talking? Get back and build, Flynn."
Yeah.
Well, that was actually they wanted us to go around and talk. Like just kind of go around. I mean, I think what they really wanted us to do was just kind of go around and look at everything and then like come back to our table and comment on it. But they weren't very explicit when they first told us to, like in those first couple episodes. Like we got used to it after a while. So we would and because we all became fast friends. I'll just say that, like, we became family, like, instantly. Like, you go through something like that with a group of people, and it's just you know, your family. You're tied together for life, right? Mm-hmm. And so we would just go around and talk to people, like, "Oh, I really like what you're doing here," and "Oh, that's so cool," and "Oh, definitely do more of that," or whatever. So yeah, that was. I'm sure that looked. And I will say that was tough because. The time that you see is actually the time that we were given. But during that time, we had to check in with the judges. We had to check in with Will. We had to walk around the room and talk to people. We had to do a couple, there were producers coming up and asking us questions. There were cameras everywhere. So it's, there's a lot more that goes into it than just going to your table and putting bricks together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 12 hours that you're given really could be more like 8 hours.
Yeah, exactly. You always had to, and we, again, it was difficult at first, but like after, we were there for a while, we were able to you got into the groove of it and you were like, okay, I get it. Like it's 10 hours, but it's really 8 hours. So like, make sure that we, make up for that time. That's going to get eaten up with other stuff. But, I wouldn't, even though that was, sometimes we were like, oh God, do we really have to go walk around again? At the same time, it was really great to see what other people were working on. It was very inspiring. And in some cases, spurred you on to like do better because you were like, oh man, they're really killing it right now. Like we got to catch up. So,
oh no, Steph, come back, Steph. Richard,
she's wasted.
Oh no,
she's wasted.
No, just come back for a second.
Yes, come back.
No, because
I'm too drunk to be on a stream.
I didn't see there for a sec, but Flynn, this is Steph. That's Chris's almost wife. They're getting married tomorrow.
Yeah, I was just saying actually that you just said that you suffer from anxiety as well, Flynn, because that's a big thing that I suffer from. And that's often what happens even on live streams. I'll like miss a piece and I get stressed and I say like, no way could we do Legomasters. No. Just wouldn't.
Well, I mean, I'm
more creative, but I'm not.
Oh, right.
Well, they're actually getting married tomorrow. That's what I was trying to tell Flynn.
What? Saturday. Oh, congratulations.
Saturday.
That's wonderful. Congratulations. That's fantastic. Oh,
thank you so much. That's so kind.
Yeah,
that's the reason I'm a bit too drunk.
Yeah, just come back from my mom.
I know, because I'm sitting here going, it's 2:15 in the afternoon, but then I forget it's actually, like much later.
Yeah, it's 10:15 at night.
You don't have to shout.
She's in the middle of her hen night as well, aren't you?
Yeah, you can go and have a lie down now.
It's embarrassed by me. It's fine. He still loves me. It's fine.
Just about.
The important part.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, like, for I'm really fortunate, and you know, Richard and I have been married 10 years, and he knows how to bring me back from a panic attack. Mm-hmm. So it's really helpful to, and I think that was one of the hard parts of that particular moment, was that, like, I left the build floor and was having my moment, but he wasn't there because I had to leave him out on the floor to keep building, right?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't just, like, bail out. So there was a little bit of, like, lag time before, you know, I was able to actually see him again. And, you know,
it's like what you were saying as well. Like, I do that with my city, but I can, like, say, walk away, you know, get stressed about it. I can walk away, leave it, and then I get back to it in a day or two. Whereas, like, you can't do that when you've got 10 hours or something to build.
No.
And just, like, get on with it. So
Lesser's question, the big times, like 12 hours plus, were they in one day or split across 2 days? So I can't go into too many details, but I will say we did get breaks, and we did have we did have opportunities to sometimes have a day in between. So yeah.
Good luck. Have fun with your wedding.
I think on the UK one, on the UK one, because there were kids involved, that they couldn't do long hours like that. I don't think.
No.
Mhm.
Right. And that was, I know that's one of the reasons that they didn't have kids on hours, and also too, because child labor laws, particularly in California, and even more particularly in the entertainment industry, are very, very structured. Like, the rules are very, very strict, and you can't do. So it would have been really, with the schedule we were on, it would have been impossible to have kids in.
Yeah.
True. Tech, you probably have loads of questions because you were bursting. So, like, you can ask anything you want, any amount of questions.
No. I will say what come across really well from that, like you said, Flynn, it kind of did seem like it went from 0 to 100 quite quickly in like how you, but it did come across very well, like just how great a support Richard is for you. Like,
yeah,
you bring it in, and although I know it's chopped up, and it's definitely, like, you do have to take all these reality shows with a pinch of salt, and there's obviously going to be a lot more behind it, and you only see a small snippet of it. I feel like they did capture that, like, really, really well.
Thank you. Yeah, I think they did too, and we were really grateful that that's how it ended up coming across.
Yeah,
and it was funny. Like, after that, they did a when it was Pride Month last year, they put like Fox, like the parent company, put out a video of, like, LGBTQ people in their different shows and stuff, and they actually included our hug from that in their little video. So we jokingly call it the hug heard around the world. Like, it was like big hugs time. But yeah, that was again, there are because also too, like, you're not sure going into it is like, well, because basically it's in their hands, however they want to make you look. Right. And that could have come across really poorly. And I'm just really glad that that it was, it got edited the way that it did, and that people found it endearing and not, like, well, I mean, I did get one email the day after that. Somebody messaged me, you know how people on the internet can be. And he was just like, why am I seeing grown men crying on television? And I was like, I don't know. Why do I have some jackass emailing me out of nowhere?
I thought it was good that they didn't edit anything out, and you both showed your love for each other. I saw you hold your hands with each other, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. if Tech isn't going to ask any more questions, well, I'll let him think about it. He's in shock. He's like, "Oh my God, it's Flynn from Telly." Okay, what was I going to ask? Oh, the explosions. Okay, but we've been talking about these already. So the explosions, I wanted to know, were they compressed air explosions, or did they use like C4?
Well, they used actual explosives. They used actual explosives, and they were tiny little. Yeah, they had like a guy come out and tell us all about how it was going to go, and because we didn't know how it was going to be. We had to pick we ended up picking, and I was actually really jealous of the people who got the explosion, because I remember at the time I was a little like salty about it, and I was like, oh man, the people who get the explosions got it easy, like it's gonna blow up no matter what they build, like but it was I got over that, but it was they were for real explosions, and we had to have the safety goggles and the stuff. And I know that some of my castmates, I didn't particularly, but some of my castmates ended up going home with some bricks that had like burn marks on them and stuff. Like they were, because it went everywhere.
Yeah.
All over the place.
I said to Lorraine, it has to be compressed gas, because otherwise it'd be bits of broken brown bricks, shrapnel going all over the place.
I'm pretty sure I've had some of those unused parts from Bricklink stores. People have been selling it. I've had some in that condition.
Bye, Nicoletta.
Nicoletta, thanks for being here.
See ya.
But yeah, I mean, there are some things that I can't talk about, but I'm open to any questions. So I'll let you know if I can't answer that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Lester wants to know, were you allowed to say where you wanted the explosive B build?
I think it was kind of a combination. Like, again, like we didn't deal with the explosives guy because we had the baseball bat, the spaceball bat. Sorry. So we didn't do that. But I know like Aaron and Christian had, they kind of said, like, can you put them in the little hanging, I don't know what, the little containers that they had like hanging, and they did. I know the people who did get the explosions had to think a little bit about where they might want them so that they could be sure to leave some holes or whatever to put in. But they were tiny, like they were powerful, but they were like these little tiny things, like not much bigger than your pinky nail. Like they were just, and then they put them in. So
that's crazy. No, I loved it. I loved this week's. Greg, you didn't see this week's yet, did you? And
I haven't seen this week's. I've seen kind of like the first sort of 10 minutes of it. Basically, I was sitting there. I was eating my dinner, and I was like, oh, there's Flynn and Richard. Take a quick picture out on Twitter and all that sort of stuff. So that was my thing. But no, I did watch it last year, but I'm going to be watching it all again now because the thing is, right, we kind of got in touch with Flynn. I got into watching Flynn a couple of months ago, and we had no idea then that they were going to be rerunning Legomasters in the UK or anything like that. So to be honest, it's really, for us, me personally, it was really fortunate timing. It's kind of meant to be. But and it's great. And what I love about our community and stuff like that is that we, you guys are like superstars as far as I'm concerned in the Lego community, and we're all kind of hanging out with each other, and I love that. It kind of blows my mind a little bit. It's
mad. On Twitter the other day, the main judge from the Legomasters in the UK was liking some of my tweets. It's like, what the heck? That's mad. Like, you see how close knit it is.
Is that Matthew Ashton?
Matthew,
yeah.
Matthew is the head of design at Lego. He's like really high up there, and he and I have had like messages over Twitter and stuff like that in the past, and he's very open and and he like messaged me like thanking me for representing on the show and and stuff, and we ended up having him on our show as an interview during lockdown, and he was delightful and so funny. And you want to hear a funny Matthew Ashton story? No, he didn't tell this on our show. I found out about it later, and I was like, why didn't we talk to him about this? So back before he was head of design, he was, like just a regular rank and file designer, if you want to say. And he and his team pitched Monster Fighters, which is one of my very favorite themes. And apparently when they pitched it, they did it in costume and then did Michael Jackson's Thriller dance like afterwards. And that's how Monster Fighters got through.
Wow.
He told me that story as well, and I was like, no way. And I'm not sure if they've pictures of it afterwards, but I was shocked to hear that as well. That's not the kind of, I suppose that's how you get noticed. It's like the Red Hot Chili Peppers when they went in to get their first record deal. I'm not going to explain what happened. Google it, but they got noticed.
A lot of stuff like that's famous. It's like the guy from Joy Division made him sign the contract in blood and stuff like that. Like those things like that get you noticed.
Wow, drama queen. Sign it. Okay. Well, the funny thing is, and I'm just being very real here. Like I do feel like we are. I feel like we're talented designers, and I feel like we put out really good work. But the fact of the matter is, like, we're really just like two guys that got lucky, right? Like, it could have happened to anybody who's here. And of course they picked us for the stuff that we've done. But of course, also they picked us because because of our personalities and because of who we are, right? Like that was a big part of it, and I think that was we were very nervous going in because we were like, oh, what's this going to be like a gay married couple on national TV and on Fox of all places, and how's this going to sell to like middle America? Like, how's it going to go? And I know we were really nervous. And one of the producers said to us, they're like, you're here because you're you, and just be yourself. And like, yes, there was a little bit of like tweaking. I mean, I don't wear 50s bowling shirts every day, right? Like I wear shirts with like that's what I wear. And, we like that way that we dressed for the show is how I dressed like 20 years ago. Like I used to wear vintage clothes and all that, but that was what they really wanted for us. Right. So we did that and that was fine. But I remember we laughed so hard because they were saying, they didn't want to come out and say like, so dress kind of gay. Like they, but at the same time they were like, so, dress how you dress from your theater days. And they okay, I get what you're saying, but
the Phantom of the Opera or something like that.
What they expect, like feather boas and like feather caps.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, thankfully, Sam covered that end of things, so we didn't have to do so much of that. But they were, I'll tell you, they were very strict about like things that you could wear, like really strict about the wardrobe. And I remember like we had to, oh God, my guy, I can't tell you, we tried so many clothes on. Like we had to have like X number of outfits, and then they like took our picture in them and then took a picture of them on the set, and then a bunch of execs had to look at it and sign off on it. Like it was like a whole thing.
Wow.
And then I had one of my very favorite shirts. It's still a vintage shirt in the style of all the other ones I wore, but and if from a distance it just looks like it has vertical stripes, but when you get in close, it was actually like flowers, right? Like a whole bunch of little flowers making up. And I really, really wanted to wear it, and they would not let me wear it because they said that Sam was wearing florals, and so I couldn't wear anything with floral pattern in it. Like nobody was allowed to wear plaid except for Boone and Mark, right? Like it was, wow. We were all very much into, in our little slots, if you will. So
when I was watching, Sam and his partner, and it got a little bit heated again, and Will had to go over and kind of like cool things down. Like I hope I get the two of them on at some stage to talk about the experience. But were you guys kind of looking every now and then, going, "Oh, that's a bit heated"? Where was it as bad as it looked on TV?
Yes.
I love them both. I will say this, and I, you know, I don't condone bad behavior on certain people's parts, but I will say that yes, it did get a little like, oh, and I will say that you didn't see all of it. Like there were times when, and of course, you know, because we all hung out and stuff afterwards, there was a, you know, conversation, stuff like that. So, yeah. And
I feel sorry for her.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah. I don't want to talk too much more about that.
No, neither do I. But it was on the TV, and
yeah, of course, absolutely. I would, you know, let them talk about that, but they definitely had their issues. No, you know, obviously, but you know, in the end, we're all still family, right? Like, sometimes there's that relative that you're just like, but at the same time, it's like your family, and you know. I
think this is the same point you were on about earlier, though, where you know you two, luckily, because you build together, you have that relationship of knowing how to. I think sometimes it's the same, like with me and Steph. Sometimes she can trigger me, which obviously gets it more het up, sort of thing. Whereas, like you're saying, you can calm each other. So I think stuff like that as well. You're on TV, you get heated, and you're like, all of a sudden, before you know it, things can get blown out of proportion. Which I know definitely I'd be like that. I'd be a proper diva on television.
Well, so somebody was saying, I don't know, you had a comment up there saying that there was more to it than just building. And they're really like, that was the hardest part about being on that show, because you just could not be a big builder. You had to also be a good storyteller. You had to be an architect. You had to be a technician. Like, you had to be able to do all those things and combine them somehow to make a final product. And it could be, you know, difficult for sure.
I've got a question for you, Flynn. Seeing as we all kind of seem to stream quite a lot together these days, what I'd like to know, every stream that we do with you, I'd like to know a little bit more about the tattoos on your arm.
Is this Flynn's new segment?
This is going to be, I think this could be Flynn's segment. This is like, what could we call it? Tricky tats.
Tricky ink.
Well, there's a lot. I mean, I'm pretty much I'm pretty much tattooed solid from like my chest all the way down to my wrists. So I wanted to fill in the last bits here, but I haven't done it yet. And also, if it hadn't been for COVID, we would have had it done already. But Richard and I both So Richard and I were actually dated the first time back in the early 90s. And then we broke up for like 20 years, and then we got back together and got married. So like it was a whole thing. But we actually got matching tattoos when we were like 21. So now we are going to get matching Legomasters tattoos. We just haven't gotten, like, we wanted to do it, and then you know, COVID happened, so that it didn't work out. But we are going to get some Legomasters tattoos to sort of commemorate the.
Do you have any Lego tattoos already, or?
Not already. No, this would be my first. I have lots of others that mostly I've really gone for the classic, like 1940s 50s like sailor style with some tweaks here and there. I tried not to go with just the flash that you could get on the wall. Like, I tried to, like, if it was going to be a classic Sailor Jerry or something like that, I would either take multiples and kind of combine them together in some way, or I would tell the artist, like, I trusted, like, I had one guy who did a lot of them, and at a certain point I just trusted him enough to go, like, this is what I want, like, do what you want to do, you know, with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's important too, because yes, like, the tattoo is on me and I'm the one who's going to carry it for my life, but it's also their art. And I'm, you know, so I wanted them to have a say in it, or be able to put their personality into it.
Mm.
Do you mind if I put you on the big screen and just to see? No, because I was interested as well. And sometimes people have tattoos, and when I say, "Oh, what can I see?" they're kind of like, "No," and it's like, "Well, I can see it."
Sure, everybody. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. But I'm gonna
Greg wants to see
Connor
it.
when you give me the big screen.
There he is.
So I've got here these. I've got. I'm gonna go underneath.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there like a theme, like a story that you're kind of trying to tell out of these?
Well, some of them, I mean, a lot of them, they are, meaningful in some way, or some of them also just, I wanted some of the classics, but if you see, where is she? Right there, the gal with the ukulele. I learned to play the ukulele and play, and so I got her there to kind of commemorate that. Yeah. And then on the other side, are you familiar with Hedwig and the Angry Inch? Do you know what this is?
Nope.
It was a Broadway show, but I got a sailor girl with like a kind of goofy hairdo.
My God, she's hot.
That's good.
Everybody comments on her butt.
Yeah, that is a perky bum.
And then I have, okay, I'm going to show you all something. People don't usually see this. Okay, this is exclusive to the stream here. So there's a classic sailor tattoo called Man's Ruin, and you may have seen it before. It's like a champagne or like a martini glass with a girl sitting in it, and there's like dice and cards, and it's called Man's Ruin. It's supposed to be the thing. So I was living in New Orleans, had a very open-minded, awesome tattoo artist. So I actually got Man's Ruin, but I got it with a sailor who has his own tattoo.
Brilliant.
That's awesome.
Hello, sailor.
So cool.
That kind of it reminds me of Jean-Paul Gaultier. That does.
It is. Yeah. It is a little. And then and then I got my sailor girls on my forearms. Total classic, or pirate actually. So this one I got first, and it was one of those ones where I kind of combined of a few different ones. And then this one I got many years later, and I said, well, look, I've already got the captain, so I need a crew person. And remember I was telling you, like, I like to have the artists kind of like put their own thing on it. Yeah. So the guy free-handed all of the wrinkles in the boots, and he was super excited about it. He's like, my girlfriend has boots just like this, and I know what to do. And he was like free-handed. Wow. Like while he was doing it. So yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing your arms.
Yeah, great story, man. Love it.
You obviously ignored my call to show us your chest, but that's okay. That's fine.
You gotta, you know what? You gotta leave him wanting more. So I don't want Tex head.
You've not even paid him for it. Yeah, you're not even sent him on a nice date or a nice meal yet.
I know. Where's my dinner? Come on, man.
Yeah. At least one time for the
segment.
If I'm going to show the goods, I need some, at least a meal. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'll try and butter you up next time.
Flynn's got all these insane tattoos, and I've got some random bird's name on my hand. Like,
what's the bird's name? Tell us the bird's name.
Show us.
Is it like
Izzy, and it's fading, and it looks like Jizzy. It's an awful one.
Jizzy.
Got a jizzy hand.
Just have the eye turn into an A, and then it says Jazzy, and that's fine.
And then you can say you got jazz hands.
Jazz hands, yeah.
Jazz hands.
He probably has got jizzy hands as well.
Whoa.
Have you seen there's that classic, I think it's Norman Rockwell, who was like a famous American illustrator. There's a famous one of him that he did of a sailor guy getting tattooed, and he's got all the girls' names on his arm, and they're all crossed out, and then he's got another one underneath, and there's like a whole list of them like all crossed out. Keeping that tattoo artist in business.
We have two people who need to go because it's a school night. So Darren is going to go, and we're going to lose Greg because Greg usually goes around this time as well. So for now, do you want to tell everyone what's coming up on your channel Darren?
Hey, yeah, not a lot at the moment. I've spent too much time with my daughter, not getting a lot done. So, probably something to do with COVID. I'm definitely doing a Lego review, but God knows when. So, yeah, I can't answer too much at the moment because I really don't have a clue. But like, just quickly going on tattoos, if you get a really good freehander like what you've got there, Tricky, because my tattoo was completely freehand. I trusted him to do it, and it's not finished yet. It's not done because of COVID and all that kind of stuff. But what he's done at the moment for me, I mean, it's starting to go a bit, but he just done that completely like free-handed, and it's he had no pictures, he had no references, he just went for it. I was like, yeah, brilliant. So he's if you get a good one like you got there, man, because it's supposed to go all the way down here, it's supposed to have poor
little sleeve
kind of stuff, and have color as well, not just black and white.
Yeah.
So to speak. Yeah, and
awesome.
To go around. No, your tattoos, man, are incredible, absolutely incredible. But
Sorry, go on, Darren.
I was just saying, no, your tattoos, Flynn. Love.
I was just going to say, that looked a little bit pixelated for me, so all I saw was a koala bear.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know why it seems to go past a certain time.
It is a koala bear, isn't it? It's big and cuddly like Darren is.
No, I am not.
I think we need to get someone, and I'm not putting myself over here, but they should have every single like theme of Lego on them. So like Friends, Star Wars, Harry Potter.
Mario on your arm.
And then you'd have to get Galador, which would just ruin it all.
Just put that on your butt cheek so no one can see it. And then when someone says, "What do you think of Galador?" you can just get up on a stream and be like,
or maybe put like if it's Galador or something like that, you name it, you tattoo it on a part of your body that begins with G. Bionicle. Where would you put Bionicle, Tech?
On your barnacle.
On my bicep, Greg. On my bicep.
Have you got biceps, Tech?
Nope.
I tell you something. Did you see Flynn's arms? Wow, he's packing
He's got some guns on him.
I used to. Not so much anymore. I used to though. Back in the day.
Okay, so Solo has to go. I'll do a better job for Solo promoting him. So if you haven't seen any of Solo's recent videos, he's got a load of new ones. So all to do with Kobe, and they're very good. So check him out. He's linked in the description below. And thanks for coming on, Solo, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye, Solo.
Bye.
And would you say hello? Say hello to Chris.
Bye.
And there's Greg.
Okay.
And there's Flynn.
Flynn.
Yeah. And there's Tech.
Attack.
He ran in to say hello to all of you guys.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Hi, buddy.
Hi, Tech. Was that
what t-shirt you got on today? What t-shirt you got on, no lag? Can't see it. It's just red.
Hang on, wait. I'll lift you up.
Christmas again.
Apparently it's Christmas.
Again.
Oh, it's Christmas all the time.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Right there. Look. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, he's got sunglasses on. Very good.
He's a cool Santa.
Yeah.
I always like your t-shirts. You've always got a little bit of sparkle going on there. A little shiny. Pretty cool.
Sparkly glasses.
Are you eating all your dad's chocolate still?
No, he didn't eat any. He I don't know if do you get after eights in America, Flynn?
The little mints? Yeah.
So we all loved him in the house, but at Easter he got an after eights Easter egg, and last night he went and he got some of the egg, and then Lorraine had a look, and the box, you get a little box of after eights as well, gone. And he's like, where's the box? And he was like, I don't know. He blamed ghosts. He blamed the Easter Bunny. He's blaming all sorts of poor innocent characters. He said, go up and get the box. And he went up, it's gone. I don't know. A witch took it or something. You're crazy. You're a crazy boy. Okay, you say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Oh, look, everyone's saying hello.
Yeah.
Doc Sampson says hi. Yeah, we still have, Steph is saying we still have Easter eggs. We've got tons of Easter eggs left. Tons of them.
They didn't last to Easter.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, let's leave it, people. So,
Yeah.
Brickstage Pass is saying hi, Nalig.
Hi.
AV Bricks is saying hi. Bricks is just saying hi. Mr. Blue, Kevin I'm Bored Toys is saying hi. Sir Bricks is saying hi. Your mom is saying hi.
Yes,
Hey,
Yeah,
Kevin.
Mark, Crazitivity, Mr. Blue, Steph says Christmas for the win. I'm with you, Nalig. Say bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Good night, mate.
I wish it would be Christmas every day.
Yes.
Let's make a song about that.
It's basically every 2 weeks with Lego at the moment because just released another 200 quid set.
Yeah, this
No, I was gonna. It's interesting. I was gonna say just what Solo was talking about how, having somebody do freehand and like without any references. I gotta say I was really shocked by that, just because so a question people ask us a lot is like whether we were allowed to have references on the show, like whether we were allowed to do this, and we were not. And I can tell you without giving really anything away that at one point a horse comes into it, and just try drawing a picture of a horse without a reference and see how it turns out. It's really hard.
I always think when you draw a horse, it's like, which way do their legs bend? That's the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
And I always think I know, but when I draw it, it still looks wrong. No matter which way I bend the legs, it looks wrong.
Right now, try building it out of bricks.
Yeah. I've seen even expert Lego people trying to build a horse because I've seen that Colosseum gift with purchase. It's terrible. So
true. So true.
I just built the carriage from the what's it called set though. That's a Lego horse. There you go. I use that for reference.
That's a proper one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, from the blacksmith shop.
Yeah, I just finished it on the stream. It's cool. I like that set.
I love it. It's one of my favorite of the newer sets.
Yeah, I didn't bother getting it straight away, weirdly. And it's a really nice set. When I saw it in the store, it was way bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's also one of my. It's like one of my favorite designers. So I was really, really excited for that one for sure.
We forgot that Greg has to go as well.
I gotta go.
Just staying here.
I like when he does that. He says, I have to go, and he stays for an extra 40 minutes.
We've got another 20 minutes of him doing his promo yet, so sit tight, lads.
Yeah, go on. I got it all written out. Actually, I tell you what, I haven't got that much coming up. Actually, no, I have, as it happens. I've got loads. But the main thing is London Calling tomorrow. This time tomorrow, folks, most of us be on London Calling. I think Flynn and Chris is going to be on next week. Chris, I'm not completely holding you to it, mate, because I know you're getting married next week. You should be on a honeymoon.
Yeah, so tomorrow I think I'm going to be staring at a ceiling, nervous tomorrow. I haven't even written a speech yet, so.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully Richard has headphones on and can't hear me, but I forgot to write mine. I just made it up on the spot. So
excellent. They're the best ones.
That's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment.
Yeah. Bullet point it, Chris. Bullet point it, and you'll be fine.
The best advice I can give you, Chris, is at the very end, if you haven't done it already, thank Steph for being your wife.
Yes, there you go.
Don't forget her.
Just remember that one. I write it on my hand just in case.
Yeah, I think that was the first line I used. Well, not very second time anyway.
She's listening in the stream anyway. Now you're giving away all my gold. You should have done it after the stream. So
she's too drunk to remember.
No, she won't remember it, mate. She's drunk.
That's true. You should be surprised what she remembers. She'll be in a mood with me like 4 days later. And I'm like, what are you in a mood about? And it'll be something that I said last week or something.
It's okay. She's giving away all your secrets. We know you don't like horses now.
I hate horses. She said that.
Hate is a strong word.
Yeah, I don't like horses. Yeah, I'm scared of them. I'm scared of any animal that's bigger than me, okay? That's why certain dogs I don't like either. If they're bigger than me, if they're bigger than me, then I'm not a fan.
Oh my god.
That's bonkers. That's bonkers. But no, I'm gonna be off ski side. I've got to go.
Oh my god! I'll just show you this. This is what she says. I told you to Google what to say, Chris.
Yeah, I'm just gonna type in Guru's speech. Google it.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
You know what it is? There's hundreds of them out there.
Yeah.
They'll give you good pointers anyway. But no, London calling tomorrow. Then a Lego haul. Hopefully, I'll get it out for Saturday. And then I've got another Lego haul coming out next week because I went to the Lego store in London.
Ooh.
Twice in 5 days. But yeah, that's going to be quite
Still
cool.
VIP in it. You've got to. It's still a VIP.
Yeah, and it's just the exclusive stuff that I wanted to get as well. But yeah, there's a bit of a sort of a deja vu story about that. And then next week, of course, we're going to do a slightly extended London calling anyway, because then we're going to about 11:15, isn't it, Tech? We're going to switch over to your channel, and we're going to do live with Tech, folks. It's going to be like the hunt for R2D2, and then buying that if we purchase, because then it's sort of midnight.
It's on Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Saturday first thing, 1 minute past midnight.
I'm gonna go to the store. I think Saturday morning.
Well, and that's a kind of cool thing as well. Saturday morning, me and Tech, we're going to be meeting up in London, and we're going to do a bit of a tour. We're going to do a bit of a tour in London of.
Why don't you get it in London? Do it London Saturday morning, or are you just going to make sure you want to get the gift with purchases?
Well, I'm not really overly fussed about the gift with purchase or not. But the thing is, the great thing is, we're not literally going to go to just the Lego store on Saturday.
Yeah,
we've got a couple of major outlets that we're going to go to in London. Yeah, so we've got a list of things that we kind of want to do. Whether or not we'll do them all, I don't know, folks. I think just meeting up for breakfast in McDonald's next door to the Lego store is a fantastic achievement. But yeah, no, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But no, I will probably buy something from the store. But when you're kind of going all around London, the last thing you want to do is be carrying a massive box of Lego around with you as well. So unless we buy it, of course, and then just say to them, like, oh, can you hold on to it for us? I'll come back later.
That was exactly the thing we were on, because I was potentially going to go on Monday, which is obviously the 26th, and then because to go to London. But then I'm like, I want to get the Vader helmet, the Scout Trooper helmet, the droid, the Looney Tunes CMFs, R2D2, and before I'm just going to be carrying it around London everywhere with my mask on, and I'd just be sick of it. It's like
I love McDonald's. I love McDonald's. Classic cheeseburger with a gherkin in the middle. Wow.
McDonald's is right next door to the Lego store as well. So
it literally is. I've got a photograph just ready and waiting before we get there. Okay.
There's an awesome. I won't keep you, Greg, but there's an awesome right on that corner where McDonald's is there, and then it goes around. There's a really cool pizza place there that's like Subway, but you make your own pizza. Super cheap, really, really good.
Yeah. I go to a pizza around that area as well. It's between Leicester Square and Covent Garden. It's called Fire and Stone. And I'm not kidding, folks. I don't drink, but the one drink I do like is a pina colada. And they make the best pina colada in London. They really do. It's awesome.
Well, how about the pizza?
Yeah, well, the pizza's great. I'll tell you what, folks. The fact that I drink pina colada says quite a lot about me, in all honesty. It really does. And anyway, on that bombshell, I will see you lovely lot tomorrow, and I bid you farewell. So take care, Flynn and Chris. I'll see you next week. Chris, good luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much,
good luck to you as well, Steph. Take care, Si. Take care, Tech. And
Bye. Good to see you, Greg.
Yeah, great to see you. Say hi to Richard for me.
I will.
On that bombshell, folks, I will wish you all bon voyage. Cheerio.
Okay.
Chris, is this technically like a stag or a book party that we're all at?
Suppose so. Yeah, I'm a stag do. I'm kind of glad a little bit because a load of my mates are actually like semi-professional rugby players. So so you know what the stag do's are like with those people. So I don't think I would have survived. So I'm kind of glad.
End up naked, covered in tar and feathers, handcuffed to a lamppost.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened. One of my friends who went to Dublin for the stag do, and they dressed him up as a female leprechaun, and half the time we had to run from getting beaten up. I think because they just
or maybe they were trying to chat him up.
Well, mate, he's a very good looking lad. To be fair, you know, a couple of drinks I would have.
What was I going to say? Yeah, so yeah, if I'd known it was a stag do, would have got a few drinks and had a bit of a.
I've been slowly drinking. I haven't been showing. I don't like showing beer on streams, but yeah, I've had a few. But
Okay.
today was my last day of work anyway. I've been working up until today, so I'm just off tomorrow.
And have you got a few days off, 2 weeks off?
So I've got 2 weeks off. Steph's had this week off anyway, and then she's got a couple of days on the second week as well. But there's just nothing we can really do at the moment, so I don't know what we're gonna do. But we'll just, as long as the weather's nice, I'm sure we'll find some places to go for walks and stuff like that. Like I said, we were on about going to London, but I don't think it's worth it, to be honest, traveling all that way, where you can't even go for a nice meal or anything anything like that. So I'd end up just shopping, and then I can do that in Manchester. So,
is the zoo open? The zoo might be nice.
I don't think any of that. So we had a look because we love going to the design museum and stuff like that. All of the museums and stuff are closed, so I'm guessing the zoo will be closed as well. So yeah, bit sucky. Oh, is Greg still in the chat? He's gone and then he's in the chat anyway.
It is FOMO. He's like, oh, no. Well, I didn't actually realize it was nearly 11. So I think we'll wind it down anyway because I'm quite tired and I've had a great time. And I know we're going to spend probably 40 minutes in the green room chatting anyway. So, so what I'll do is, Chris, I know you're doing your wedding stuff. Do you have any scheduled videos you're going to release while you're...
So I've actually pre-recorded 2 this week. So I've got 1 tomorrow, but they're pretty naff. They're just like a little mini haul thing.
Where to sell it?
Yeah, well, it's just like I was trying to get some stuff together, so I've got something whilst I'm getting married. So I've got like a little haul thing for city stuff that's going on, and then today I actually just got a massive bag of minifigures that I had saved up for my Star Wars stuff and just went through them for Monday. So yeah, I got some little bits, but then hopefully next week I might do a couple of vlogs if we're going out and maybe going to Lego store. So I might have a bit of content, but yeah, other than that, it's random at the moment. Nothing's planned. It's just trying to get some stuff out whilst it's a bit busy.
I know whenever you plan something, it just doesn't work. It better go random. Who was it? Lester wants. Oh no, Doc wants to know how many people are allowed at the ceremony.
Only 13. Yeah, so there's only me and Steph and then 13 guests. So yeah, it's a pretty small wedding. It was originally 120 down. So a lot of people we had to message to say, sorry, you can't come. My best man's actually American and he can't even come over to England. So
bummer.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. Obviously we set a bit of money on the wedding anyway, so I'll go over and see him when I'm next available to go see him again. So we'll probably go Galaxy's Edge or something when.
Where in the U.S.?
He lives in L.A. So
well, make sure and let me know if you're going to be out this way because
definitely.
We're about 6 hours from L.A., but like Richard's dad lives down there, and we're down there.
Yeah, so he lives in Beverly Hills.
Oh well, fantastic.
Yeah. It's pretty cool when I get to go. Yeah, he's a cool dude. But he used to weirdly he used to live next door to me. And then when he went to uni, they all moved over there. His family did. So, but yeah, it's a really cool time. We often just go to Disney World most of the time, to be honest.
We're big Disneyland fans for sure.
So yeah, last time it was just literally Disney and just went to Galaxy's Edge most of the time. Just sitting in a Galaxy's Edge. I loved it.
Yeah.
So cool. Tech, do you have anything coming up on your channel?
I posted a video yesterday. I've got some other stuff filmed. When that will come out, I'm not quite sure. But we've got mockumentary on Monday, and that's going to be on Claire's channel this week. And yeah, I think that's just about it for me.
I really like that series.
It's good.
Whose idea was that?
I kind of said about making. I wanted to make sets into modulars, and that's what I've kind of done with this first one. So I spoke about it to Claire, and then we did the first Monkey Kid stream. The 3 of us did together. Me and Claire then spoke to Kevin about it, and he said about like just wanted to get into mocks and stuff. So from that idea, it kind of all just developed into this thing where we just hang out and make mocks and stuff. So yeah, I really like what it's become. I'm glad that it's not like as regimented as we probably initially set out to be. It's just like a space where we can come on for a couple of hours, just hang out. It's nice and chilled. It's relaxed. We can just sort of hold ourselves accountable for allocating a bit of mock time each week, which is good. I think it's what we needed.
Absolutely. I mean, the chemistry is really good as well. I mean, if you look at Kevin and Brenda, they're new, like where they come from, but they've such a presence. I feel like I've known them for years, and they fit in so well with all of us. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They're really great people. So yeah, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant live stream, and don't forget everybody, Chris and Flynn and Tech and everybody who was on. Their links are in the description below. So if you see them coming up, don't forget to hit the bell or turn on the reminder, and you get notifications, which are brilliant. And when you're there, hit the like button, and you don't have to remember to do it when the live stream goes live. That is it. So Flynn, do you have much coming up on your channel?
Yes, for once, we actually I know what we're doing ahead of time, which is rare. So tomorrow we have our regular Friday show where we show we do every other week challenges. And so tomorrow we show everybody who turned in something for the challenge and talk about it. So that's always fun to see other people's work. Sunday, we have our group chat, and that's going to be Kevin and Brenda are our guests with our regular panel of people. Moto will be there. And then Tuesday, I'm now on Twitch, believe it or not. I'm like hanging out with the kids on Twitch. But I'm on a raid train with Jake Studs, myself, Supercomputer, Sapience, April B, Dan from Between the Bricks, and Bill Z from Australian Legomasters season 1. So it's a sort of, you can go from, well, like in my time zone, 1 in the afternoon until 2 in the morning. There are, Lego streamers, and we all pass our audience on to the next person. It's really fun. Really chill. Like that's a super chill stream. Everybody's just building. And then Wednesday on our back on our YouTube channel, we are having an interview with Ben Alder, who is the fan designer of the Winnie the Pooh ideas set. So we'll be having an interview with him. And then the following Friday after that, though, like a week from tomorrow, we're starting a new thing where, because our challenges are every other week, we're starting a new thing where people can send their work in progress mocks in. And if they want feedback on it, we'll show it on the show, and we'll kind of talk about them and give some feedback and, and some ideas and stuff. So that's what we got coming up.
That's really good. That's brilliant.
I think it'll be fun.
And I don't think I have you linked actually, but I will do that as soon as we go into the green room, so everybody be able to go. If you don't know who he is now, where have you been, for God's sake? Coming up here with myself, I think today is Thursday, so I won't talk about tomorrow. What day is it? Yeah, it's Thursday. It's grand. So London Bridge Bricks tomorrow on London Calling. That's where I'll be. And then, like all the rest of the guys have said, it's random stuff coming from me because I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet, but I've loads of stuff as usual. And I tell people I'm going to do one thing and I do another thing. So it's always a surprise. But I want to say thank you to everybody who has been here tonight. Steph, Doc Samson, Lorraine, AT's his life, Nullick who popped in. I hear he's brushing his teeth or something there. Gracie Tivity, I know I saw you there earlier on. I didn't get to say hello. I think I said Doc Samson, Bricksish, Mr. Blue, Bricksing, Kevin I'm Bored Toys. I just saw a comment there. I hope I didn't put that up earlier on to do with Tech's hand. I think I did actually, and I took it down very fast. FLX, AV Bricks, Craigster's here in one of his different aliases, Brickstage Pass. We had Nicoletta, and I'm just going through the list to see who else, if I missed anybody. Oh, Joel, Lester, and I don't think I missed Sir Bricks is there as well, and Mark as well. So anyway, thanks everybody for being here tonight. We had a great time. It was super cool. Hopefully Flynn will come back to talk about the various different shows.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't know, he sticks around on that show a long time, so we're all happy about that. I'm hoping to get some more people from the show on as well. Some of them live in America. They all live in America, so when we're on, they're usually working. So that's what has happened. Because I did try and get Cara and Jesse on today. One of them was working, and I wasn't able to get in contact with the other one. I know Flynn, you tried, but you're busy. yeah, he's a busy man. So
she's really busy. She's really Kara's really busy. So and Jesse's a nurse. So they're both pretty. Yeah, they're both pretty busy.
Yeah. Well, we will have them on at some stage. Anyway, they don't have to come on every time they're you don't say kicked off the show. What eliminated?
Eliminated.
Anyway, thanks everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.